And tonight from the Prudential Center at downtown Newark, New Jersey, we've got Big East basketball, Providence Friars and the Seton Hall Pirates. Hi again, everyone. John Rooke and Joe Hassett. Friars have been off for a full week since playing 1 week ago tonight in Chicago when they ran up 100. Hung 100 on DePaul, 100-62. In the interim, DePaul has fired their coach. Friars are still trying to figure out if, of course, they're back to the way, or at least close to the way they were before they had an injury that really set the course for the rest of the season, and it just happened against these Pirates about a month ago.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're watching the film yesterday and today, watching that unfortunate accident that happened to Bryce. But, the Friars are dialed in on this one. I think it's a good matchup for them. There's not a lot of big and bulky guys on this Seton Hall team that you have to worry about. They're similar to the Friars in the way they match up. And, this ball game here is important because, it's nice to go to DePaul there, John, and you get that ails you. Get rid of a lot of ails when you get to play DePaul. And the Friars have that 100-point clip on them. But this ball game here is a big game for both teams. Seton Hall's coming off a triple overtime loss in a tough ball game against Creighton. And the Friars had that week off to prepare for them. So hopefully the Friars can come out and make some shots. The key for the Friars, John, they're going to play good defense. We know that. But they need to make shots from three-point land to have a chance to win.
The other issue about that game that Seton Hall lost in triple overtime, as you said, to Creighton, which was a magnificent basketball game. Some questionable, I think, officiating down the end, which I know you'll find very surprising for me to say.
It was awful. Questionable. It was awful.
But at the same time, the fact is that they found their big three. They had Kadari Richmond, Dre Davis, Alamir Dawes, all going for 21 or more in that game. That's quite an offensive trio.
Yeah, Richmond is a very, very difficult matchup. He can't shoot at all, but he's a tough matchup because he keeps going into the paint. Teams are backing off him, wanting him to take the outside shot, and he's smart enough to know he's not a good shooter, so he doesn't take it. He'll make free throws at a nice clip, though. He gets to the foul line, he shoots not 80% from the foul line, but when he has to take a three-pointer, if he makes it, it's just sheer luck that it goes in. But when he gets to the basket, he's very, very good. He finishes in there. He's strong. He's 6'6". He can take a big guy off the dribble, and he's a good passer. So when a double team comes, he finds the open man. But I don't see him out there warming up in this ball game, John. I don't know where Richmond might be. He's absent warming up, so we'll get a report on him probably a little later. But, I was talking to the the Los Angeles Clippers. I'm dating myself. They were San Diego Clippers when I played. That was 100 years ago. But the L.A. Clippers are here to watch him and Devin Carter in this game. So Mr. Frank, who used to be assistant coach for Doc Rivers, is in the building.
Yep.
Looking at him. So, but Richmond, he's a big part of this team. He runs the show from the point guard position, plays a lot of minutes. So if he's not in, it should be interesting who they put at the point guard position.
Well, in that game back on January the 3rd, which was won by the Pirates 61-57 at the end, Kadari Richmond in that one had 16 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. And largely when he got into the paint sometimes in the second half, there was just no stopping him. So that has to be mission one. But at the same time, I think the Friars have to get up and body some guys, maybe even Dawes as well, outside where they can make it tougher for them to not have a comfort zone, right?
Yeah, well, the key to this game for the Friars, John, is not allow offensive rebounds by Seton Hall because they send a lot of guys to the glass, but they don't play good retreat defense.
Yeah,
because they're putting so many guys on the glass, they don't get back on defense. So the Friars feel if they get the rebound, they don't want to walk it up. They want to push it down the floor as fast as they can because this defense doesn't get back and you'll get some easy hoops.
All right, so we'll look for the Friars to try to, get the defensive rebounds that they can or the offensive rebounds as they can. And one of the things that certainly hurt them was being out-rebounded by Seton Hall when they played them back on the 3rd of January. Then again, they were without Bryce Hopkins for a little more than half of that game when he went down with the knee injury. So the issue here is pretty simple. Friars are 12-6 overall. They're 3-4 in Big East play. Seton Hall is 13-6 overall. They're 6-2, and right now they're only a full game out of first place, one game behind UConn, setting the pace at 7-1. So Seton Hall wants to not only A, sweep the Friars, but B, keep pace with UConn. Friars want to get back in the race, and they need a significant win on the road to do that.
Yeah, this is an important game for the Friars. It's an important game for Seton Hall, obviously. They want to stay in the top echelon of the league, but the Friars want to get this one, have a home game on Saturday against Georgetown, get themselves to 500, and then possibly get a roll going because the end of the season for the Friars is very difficult games coming up.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. So the Friars and Seton Hall Pirates coming up, starting lineups and more in just a bit. But first, after the quick timeout, a visit with the head coach of the Friars, Kim English. He joins us next. From Learfield, this is Providence Friar basketball. God, this reminds me of DePaul.
I don't know how you would want to go to Seton Hall, to be honest with you. I mean, Newark is just a piss hole, man. It's awful. Usually driving over here, I mean, come on. But I tell you what, the train station comes right here, though. It'd be pretty cool.
True.
Now to do what?
Oh, because we're, well, I still got the YouTube feed up, but.
Oh. Did I say that on YouTube?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, great. I got to remember that, man. You keep having, you're going to out me on that thing one.
So excited to see what we look like tonight.
Are you closer to where you hoped you would be in the aftermath of kind of changing things around a little bit and putting different responsibilities on different guys' shoulders?
Yeah, I think every day, every game is an opportunity to get better and see, what this new group is looking like and morphing into. I thought that, like I said, that there were good moments against Creighton, against St. John's, not so many against Xavier, but there were some good. There were a lot of areas of improvement in those games, and some good against DePaul. I thought we took a huge leap forward, last Wednesday in Chicago. Good to hopefully, we'll get a chance to see if we continue taking steps in the right direction.
That game against DePaul had to be good for confidence, if nothing else.
Yeah, we just, played to our standards. We eliminated losing, and we met our standards. That's the goal. That's the focus every night. And tonight's another opportunity to do that again.
What about that Seton Hall game from 3 weeks ago now that, obviously you lost the game, a tough, hard-fought game. You lost Bryce in that game, so you've had a lot to overcome since that point in time. But what do you feel like you learned from that game that maybe you can apply toward tonight and maybe make the outcome a little bit different?
I think our shot quality has been better since that game. It wasn't good the next game at Creighton. It's been better, at St. John's. And especially at DePaul, I think our young guys especially are starting to see some of the things that fall beneath our standard, whether it's defensively, whether it's ball security wise, whether it's intentionality in your sprints and transition. I think our guys are learning. Our guys are learning increasingly what we value, what we need to do, and what marks we need to meet every night to have a chance to win. Before you can win, you have to eliminate losing. That's been the message, for the last week and a half or so, and it'll continue to be.
All right. Good luck tonight, Coach.
All right. Thank you.
Kim English, head coach of the Friars. Joe and I back with more on the Seton Hall Pirates here from Newark, New Jersey, coming up in just a moment from Learfield. This is Providence Friar basketball.
In 1933, our grandfather, Tom Haxton, started out selling beer and wine in a small liquor store in Oneyville, Rhode Island. And in 1962, our father, Jack Haxton, moved Haxton's to his present location on Rooke in Warwick to provide our customers with the best selection and the lowest prices. And after 3 family generations, we've made Haxton's Liquors one of the largest liquor stores in New England, which means that we buy the most, so you pay the least. Visit the newly remodeled Haxton Superstore on Bald Hill Road in Warwick, where we buy the most, so you pay the least.
This is Dennis Wyatt from Midland Roofing Company in Providence College's class of 1987. Midland Roofing is Rhode Island's leading residential roofing specialist. We've delivered expert roof installation for over 45 years. Ask us about our lifetime warranty on our shingles.
This is head coach Kim English, and our friends here at Midland Roofing are proud to raise the roof to Providence Athletics. Give them a call and tell them I sent you, and they will help you protect your house. Go Friars.
As an athlete or fan, you need to keep your mind and body in the game. With over 90 board-certified radiologists with broad-based experience and subspecialty training, Rhode Island Medical Imaging will deliver the most accurate diagnosis possible. If you need an X-ray, MRI, CAT scan, or another imaging exam, ask for RIMI. As the first and only outpatient diagnostic imaging center of excellence in Rhode Island, RIMI will provide you with the highest quality of care. To find one of RIMI's 16 state-of-the-art locations nearest you, visit RIMIRAD.com.
Back live at the Prudential Center in Newark, and we got breaking news to talk about. Joe, you're very observant out on the floor because Kadari Richmond from Seton Hall was not out on the floor warming up with his team before the game, and we've just been told that he will not start tonight for the Pirates. We are unsure as to his predicament or his ailment. We know that he has had back trouble from time to time throughout his collegiate career. Certainly last season caused him to miss a bunch of games as well, but at least he's not going to be in the starting lineup tonight. So time for the Friars to try to take advantage of that.
Well, yeah, if he's not going to be in the starting lineup, you like to get off to a good start. You like to get off to a good start anyway, but if he's not in there, you probably try to warm him up more inside there, with some heat packs if it's his back. But, back injuries are tough. We're just speculating on what his injury might be.
Right. Well, just based on what his history is. We have no idea. Haven't been told yet. We haven't even been told if he'll play. I think just looking at some of the coverage of the game for some of the reporters here, they are saying that they expect he can come off the bench.
Well, we'll see what happens. I mean, he had a tough 3 overtime game the last game out, so that might have worn him out a little bit. But, he's the engine that makes his Seton Hall team go. There's no question about that. He makes everybody better, makes Dawes better shooting the 3, makes Davis better shooting the outside shot. So when he's not on the floor, who's going to set those guys up? So Dawes is probably going to have to handle a point a little bit more, and that might take away from his outside shooting. So a lot of matchups, Friars know what that feels like when you don't have Bryce Hopkins in the lineup. So the Friars have had to try to figure it out without him and tweak that game a little bit. So Seton Hall is going to have to do the same thing in this one if Richmond doesn't play.
Yeah, Isaiah Coleman, 6'5" freshman out of Fredericksburg, Virginia, is going to start in his place. Richmond, we should add, had just the second triple-double in Seton Hall history in that triple overtime loss to Creighton this weekend. 21 points, 11 rebounds, 11 assists in that game.
Oh, yeah, he's a load. I mean, everything goes through him. The ball's in his hands late in the games, and he's a good foul shooter. He can't make a jump shot. He's only 5 for 29 from 3 at 17%, but he makes free throws at 80%. So he's a nice weapon to have when you want to close the game out, and everything goes through him, and he's a very good passer, but he's not going to be in that lineup. You mentioned Coleman coming off the bench. Coleman has played all 19 games. He's averaging about 17 minutes a game. He shoots 24% from 3. But, this is a veteran team. Normally, Seton Hall starts 5 seniors, and one of them is a grad senior. So these are old guys, and now you're going to play a freshman in his position. So you go from a senior to a freshman in Coleman. But Coleman's had some good moments this year, so you can't go to sleep on him.
Well, we were going to have 2 of the top 10 scorers in the Big East Conference go off against each other tonight because Devin Carter's second overall in Big East scoring at 18.4 points per game. He leads conference game scoring at better than 22 points per game. And then Richmond, 7th in the league in scoring at 16.4 on the season and coming off of a triple-double performance. And we had NBA scouts, still do have them here, but that's an unfortunate break for the Pirates. And again, as we said, it's up to the Friars to try to take advantage and see if they can't jump on Seton Hall early on the road.
Well, I was talking to a couple of NBA guys, and they're here to see Richmond, but they also want to see Devin Carter. They asked me if I think Devin Carter can play in the league. I said absolutely. I said he can guard people, he can make threes. Those are the two things you have to start with first, especially shooting threes. First thing you got to know about in the NBA is can you make three-pointers? Yes. Now you build from there. What else can you do? Well, Devin can play guys. He can play defense. He gets up and down the floor. He's a good rebounder.
He'd certainly be a 3-and-D guy.
No, you can play a 2 if you had to. So, there's a place for Devin Carter in that league without, you get they got 17 guys on the contract now. So Devin Carter has a very good chance to make the NBA.
All right, time for our Midland Roofing Protect This House matchup of the game. In light of the fact that Richmond is not in the starting lineup, what do you think the emphasis needs to be here?
Well, I think what the matchup is going to be a difficult one for the Friars will be Dre Davis. Dre Davis played against Hopkins, and he's a big size and transfer from Indiana. He's a power guy inside, and he likes to power up on the move. He can make the three-point shot. He likes to go back to his right, and Ticket Gaines has to guard him, and I think he's a little bit bigger and stronger than Gaines, so Gaines has to use his footwork to try to get in front of him and slow him down.
Ticket's his size in terms of height, but he's giving up roughly, 25 pounds in weight.
Easily. And, and his game is in the post area, too. So, Davis is one of those guys that, you got to respect his outside shot. He's 16 for 44 from three-point range at 36%. So you have to worry about that. But then he really wants to get by you. He wants to get to the basket and go to his strong hand and finish at the rim.
Davis had 21 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 blocks in the 3 overtime 97-94 loss to Creighton on Saturday. So a little bit of a different look to this Seton Hall lineup. It's the first time that they have a change to their starting lineup all season long. How do the Pirates react? Or more importantly, can the Friars also react positively toward that? Providence and Seton Hall here from the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey. Starting lineups and the tip-off are coming up next.
The house that Lou Lamorello built, former athletic director and hockey coach at Providence College, 3-time NHL Stanley Cup winner.
Okay.
All right.
I think we're
going to go to break now?
We'll go to break.
All right, go to break.
This is Providence College basketball from Learfield. Welcome you live once again inside the Prudential Center in downtown Newark, New Jersey for Big East basketball. Two long-standing, old-school Big East rivals tonight, the Providence Friars and the Seton Hall Pirates. Hi again, everyone. John Rooke, Joe Hassett. Friars 12-6, 3-4 in league play. Got off a 4-game losing streak when they won at DePaul 100-62 last Wednesday. Seton Hall 13-6 overall, 6-2 in league play. And apparently without Kadari Richmond, at least in the starting lineup tonight. That may be a continuing story, and we'll keep you updated on that as the evening progresses on that front. But Seton Hall lost to 18th-ranked Creighton, 97-94 in triple overtime on Saturday. Quite the performance it was for the Pirates in that one, and we'll monitor Richmond's situation as we go along. One of the top scorers, one of the top players in the Big East Conference. All right, let's take a look at the starting lineup. Starting lineups are presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Rhode Island. For the Seton Hall Pirates under Shaheen Holloway in his second year at his alma mater, and a former All-Big East player as well himself at Seton Hall. In the lineup, Alamir Dawes, 6'2 senior from Newark, New Jersey, transferred from Clemson, 14.2 points per game, and a 37% shooter from three. Yep, he'll be important tonight, as will Dre Davis, 6'6 senior, out of Indianapolis, transferred from Louisville at 13.5 points and 5.5 rebounds and a 36% shooter from three. Dylan Adewusu, 6'4 senior from the Bronx, transferred from St. John's, 8.5 points, 5.5 rebounds, 35% shooter from three, and a real pain in Providence's side for his entire collegiate career.
He has been. I mean, he's all over the place all the time. He always brings a lot of intensity to the games.
Jaden Bediako, a 6'10 grad student from Brampton, Ontario, transfer from Santa Clara, averaging 8.6 points, 7.6 rebounds, and one of the leading shot blockers at just under 2 rejections per game in the middle. And then Isaiah Coleman, 6'5 freshman from Fredericksburg, Virginia, gets the start in place of Richmond tonight. 5 points and 2 rebounds, 24% shooter from three. So it's Dawes, Davis, Adewusu, Bediako, and Coleman for the Seton Hall Pirates again at 13-6 overall. They lost to Creighton, but they beat St. John's last Tuesday 80-65. So they dominated the Johnnies. Friars starting lineup, Devin Carter, 6'3 junior from Miami, leading the Friars in scoring and rebounding, second in the Big East overall in scoring, leading the league in conference games at better than 22 points per game. Josh Oduro, 14.3 points, 6.7 rebounds, a block and a half per game as well in the middle. Ticket Gain, 6'7 grad student from Buffalo, 8.5 points, 4 rebounds, and yup, he'll have a defensive job tonight, trying to guard Dre Davis amongst others for Seton Hall. Jaden Pierre at the point, 6'2 sophomore out of Elizabeth, New Jersey. You know, he'll be jacked up to go. His average up to 9.3 points per game. And since Bryce Hopkins' injury, Jaden has averaged almost 13 points per game.
Yeah, I told him, I said, you got to average double figures, John. I told him every day I see him, I said, you got to keep shooting. Look for your shot. You got to take it.
And Corey Floyd in the lineup, 6'4 Richard, sophomore from also not too far away, Franklin, New Jersey, the UConn transfer, 3.6 points, 3 rebounds per game. So it's Floyd, Pierre, Gaines, Oduro, and Carter for the Friars under Kim English in his first year at Providence. 46-35 overall as a head coach, counting his 2 years at George Mason. This is the 114th meeting all time between Providence and Seton Hall. Friars still lead the series, 57 wins to 56 for the Pirates. Pirates got the best of the Friars, 61-57 at the end, back on January the 3rd. Friars won 71-67 here last year.
Well, they'd like to duplicate that if you're Friar fans. You want to get out there and get this game here. But, you know, it's a game, the place that Friars have played pretty well in, you know, and they got their system down now, what they want to run out there. They're building off that DePaul win, scoring 100 points. The defense is solid. If they get the offense going like they did at DePaul, things will be nice result for them in this one.
Friars have actually won the last 2 times that they have played in this building. They're 4-6 in their last 10 overall here at the Prue. And then against Seton Hall, and Joe, we mentioned this the last time they played, but it's still true. Last 20 games against the Pirates for the Friars, 10-10.
Oh, yeah. Well, you talked about already, 114 games. It's been a great rivalry over the years. You know, Bill Rafferty was the coach here 100 years ago when I was playing. So they have great tradition here at Seton Hall. They made a Final Four back in 1989, and you know, they have a great basketball tradition, and it's always been a good game, Providence, Seton Hall.
Seton Hall is the 3rd lengthiest opponent that the Friars have certainly within the conference. As we said, 114 meetings between the two schools. Friars dressed in the road black tonight. White numerals, white lettering, white and gray trim around the numerals. Seton Hall on the home whites tonight. Dark blue lettering, numerals, dark blue and light blue trim on the predominantly white uniforms tonight here inside the Prudential Center.
You know, defensively, things probably changed a little bit for the Friars. They were going to go underneath screens with Richmond because they want him to take the outside shot. But, man, they probably changed things up now. Make sure they fight over the top of the screens. And those principles will change a bit.
Big East officials Matt Potter, Nathan Hall, and Lamar Simpson tap into the backcourt, and it goes out of bounds off of Dawes, who tried to get it just in front of his bench. And the Friars are going to get the first possession of the ball game. So Providence will go basket to our right on the radio here in half number one.
The only time a jump ball matters is probably when you start overtime. Start the game doesn't mean anything.
Pierre now finds Gaines up high, comes to the right wing for Carter. Wusu on Carter in that matchup. Now top of the key, just off the top of the key for Jaden Pierre. Man-to-man defense for Seton Hall. Up high with it on the wing is Oduro. Hands off to Carter with 4, with 3. Gives it back to Oduro. Needs to shoot the ball with 1, and he's not going to get it off in time.
Man.
Got to have more clock awareness than that.
Great pass by Carter, too. Odoro's got to shoot that shot. It's a nice pick and roll right there. All he had to do is take it up and hit it off the glass.
So Seton Hall gets first possession, first turnover of the game for the Friars. And the Pirates will go basket to our left here in half number one. Wusu into the forecourt up high for Dawes. He's guarded by Pierre. Friars in a man to the right side now for Dawes. Curls around the screen, pulls up from 15, short. And a rebound taken by Davis on the right block. Davis goes back up, got it blocked by Tickett. Gaines comes away with the ball and has the dribble.
Good job by Gaines. I mean, he got beat on the rebound, but nice recovery there by Gaines for the block shot.
Gaines hands off to Floyd. Top of the key now for Oduro. Oduro pushes right for Pierre. Pierre cuts to the left around a high screen. Stops and has the ball knocked away as he tried to hit the pick and roll. Now Wusu has it back the other way for Davis. Gets down low on Corey Floyd. Missed the shot. Rebound tipped up and taken by Carter, who gets it over to Floyd.
Both teams a little rusty right now, but Friars with 2 turnovers to start the game.
Floyd up high. Carter's going to go up for a 30-footer. Buries it.
Got him, man. You tell you what, he has all kind of range now.
You said what about rust?
No rust there.
No, I don't think so.
Friars doing that shoot around today. He was throwing in bombs.
Friars strike first. Coleman jab steps, top of the key, fakes the jumper, left wing for Davis in front of the Providence bench. Now Davis crosses over on Gaines, works his way with a forearm into the lane. Davis kicks the ball back outside to Wusu with 10 to shoot. Wusu shakes, drives, gets inside on Floyd, puts it up short, can't get it. Rebound taken down on the floor by Wusu, and the ball is knocked away and a foul is called in the lane.
Good D by the Friars. I tell you, they're making Seton Hall take tough shots and not able to finish. Friars got to get on the glass, though. Seton Hall doing what they do best, offensive rebound. They're getting second shot opportunities.
Foul was called on Floyd. Actually, Wusu was on his butt on the ground and got that rebound.
Yeah, he got away with that one.
So a fresh shot clock at 20 now for Seton Hall. They'll inbound from the baseline. Into the right corner for Dawes. Doesn't get a clean look at the shot. So he backs it out against Pierre toward the right sideline. Now back on the right wing for Wusu. Jab steps at Floyd. He'll work into the lane on Floyd. Trips, falls to the floor. Ball comes out, and a three-pointer for Davis is good.
Well, the offense by accident right there. Friars playing good defense, and Davis just picks up a loose ball and knocks down the 3 with the man on the floor.
I told you Davis can shoot it, 36% from 3, and we're tied at 3 here early. Otero goes left side for Carter. Carter against Dylan Adewusu. Now Pierre between the circles, looks left. Wants to go to the right. He finds Floyd, who spins into the lane. Lost the dribble, picks it up, and a reach-in foul called on Coleman.
That's what Seton Hall does pretty well. They play straight up man-to-man, but when you're penetrating in the paint, guys out on the perimeter come in and help out, deflect the ball, and then recover to their man. So you have to be careful when you're dribbling in traffic.
Friars will keep it, 20 to shoot. They'll inbound for the baseline to the left of the basket. And Pierre looks for the inbound. He finds Carter in the corner, doesn't get the shot off, drives the baseline. Now reverses, comes back outside, works his way into the lane, wants to post up on Wusu. Up fake, flips it up, can't get it. Rebound tip, loose on the floor, and it's taken by Wusu. He's on the break, pushing up the right wing for Davis. Davis crosses over, gets knocked out of bounds into the Friar bench. It's Providence ball.
Good defense. The Friars get back that time on Davis. It's interesting to see what Seton Hall does. They're normally giving that ball to Kadari Richmond, let him run the break. Different guys now trying to lead the break.
Friars have it, 17-22 to go. We're tied at 3 here in the opening half from Newark. Right side for Pierre. Pierre against Dawes. Works towards Shaheen Holloway on the Seton Hall bench. Spins right in front of the bench. Now bounces the ball back out to Floyd. Goes left for Carter. Carter holds it. Will drive on Davis. Now a bounce pass to Oduro. He gets doubled in the post. Right corner Floyd for three. In and out. It's halfway down. Won't go. Rebound taken by Oduro on the offensive glass.
Good job by Josh getting on the offensive glass in traffic.
He works his way into the post. He's got Dawes playing behind him. Goes up, dumps it off underneath for Floyd. Floyd caught in no man's land. Got the shot blocked by Bediako.
Boy, good play by Bediako there. Nice block there as he timed Floyd perfectly.
Coleman finds Dawes, top of the key, spins to the left, gets to the right elbow, throws up the jumper off the back iron, no good, and the rebound is chased on the floor. It's out of bounds. It is off of Seton Hall. It's Providence ball.
Seton Hall, I tell you, they're all over that glass on the offensive glass. Friars have to make sure they box their man out, because if you get the ball, you can get down the floor quickly. Get some fast break opportunities.
Still 3-3, and we played 3.5 minutes of the first half. As Pierre walks it against Dawes into the forecourt. Oduro tosses it right for Carter, comes back to Pierre up high. They double out on Jaden. He hesitates, cuts back to the right, kicks it left for Floyd. He finds Oduro in the left post. Oduro turns, faces Bediako, gets into the lane, works his way and spins around, turnaround bank shot, off the rim, no good. Rebound for Wusu. Wusu pushes right wing. Davis on the run, transition, scoops to the hoop and scores.
You got to find Davis. He's got all 5 points in this one.
He's going to be their go-to without Richmond out there, without a doubt. 5-3, Seton Hall by 2. Carter off a high screen, rolls to the left, cuts down to the sideline, wanted to take the shot. Now back for Floyd, who feeds Oduro into the post. He works inside on Bediako, back down, goes over the jump hook, bounces off the rim again. Same thing happened to Josh as the ball is intercepted and tipped out of bounds by Tickett. He tried to get behind the defense. Same thing happened to Josh when they played Seton Hall 3 weeks ago.
Well, Bediako, he scored the first 6 times he had the ball though against Seton Hall and Bediako. That one there, he just lost his balance and missed a shot, but they got to keep going inside to him.
15:31 to go in the opening half. 5-3, Seton Hall with the early lead. Timeout on the floor from Learfield. This is Providence Friar basketball. Providence College basketball brought to you in part by Dave's Marketplace, where we've got our fresh take of the game. And Kadari Richmond not dressed tonight. That's what we've been told. We're looking for him down on the bench and couldn't find him. He wasn't out in warm-ups. Been told he's not dressed. He did get dinged up apparently a bit at the end of that triple overtime loss to Creighton on Saturday, but it would appear he's not going to play.
Yeah, that's a break for the Friars, John, having not Richmond in the ball game because everything goes through him offensively, but Dre Davis has picked up the slack for him. He's 2 for 4 in the ball game, has all the points for Seton Hall so far with 5. Friars are just 1 for 6 from the floor. The only shot was Devin Carter's 3 from about 35 feet. The Friars have some good looks down there, just haven't been able to finish it off so far. Doing a good job on their initial defensive stop, John, but Seton Hall doing a good job on the backboards, getting offensive rebounds. They have 2 offensive rebounds out of their 6 rebounds in the ball game so far.
So 5-3 Pirates, 15:31 to go in the opening half. Friars will have possession of the basketball when we come back here.
You know, this Seton Hall team is usually a very good defensive team. They get out and after
Correction,
Pierre and
Seton
Dawes.
Hall will have it. Yep.
Yeah. Dawes and Pierre are going at it pretty good on the defensive end, trying to take away shots.
Wusu looking for the inbounds pass from the baseline. Finds Bediako in the corner. Gives it right back to Wusu, who brings the ball out on the perimeter. It comes back left for Dawes. In front of the Providence bench. He drives on Pierre all the way through, and it's stolen by Gaines in the corner.
Good job by Gaines, anticipating that pass to the corner. That's a play that they utilize.
Pierre into the forecourt, crosses, finds Gaines, gets off the deep three, left wing, off the iron. No. Dawes with a rebound. Friars 1 for their first 7 from the floor. Not the kind of start you're looking for.
Good shots, too.
Wusu gets the foul line up with the jumper. It's off the back iron. Carter grabs the rebound. Carter now has the break the other way. Friars trying to up-tempo. Carter takes it inside, banks it up, gets it, and one.
That's what Kim Ingles was talking about today in the shoot-around. He says, listen, I want to get the rebound. I want to go because Seton Hall does not get back in time. They hit the glass on the offensive glass, but they jog back on defense. So we can beat them down the floor. There's a perfect first time the Friars are able to get a rebound and push it up the floor. And Devin Carter gets to go to the line for a three-point play.
Dawes picks up the foul, his first, team second. Carter, 69% from the foul line in the season, leading the Friars in scoring. Gets the free throw, and Providence gets the first lead. At 6-5, 14:55 to go in the opening half. Wusu now has the dribble. Into the forecourt. Basket to our left here on the radio on half number 1. Hand off to Coleman. Back out to Dawes. Comes to Wusu on the right sideline. Outside the elbow. He gets to the three-point line. He fires a deep one. Can't get it. Gaines with a rebound. Gaines now pushes the dribble into the forecourt. Goes left wing for Carter. Carter uses him as a screener. Drives in the lane. Bounce pass up to Oduro. Scores!
Great pass there by Carter. Penetrating through the lane there. He's grabbing his right shoulder right now. He must have got stung on that one there with the elbow, but nice look there. Oduro finishes it off.
His first basket. Friars lead 8-5. Wusu up high to Davis. Comes left for Coleman. Now Coleman with Garway Dual checked into the game for the Friars. Back for Dawes. Double team. Gets off the screen. Gets the foul line. Jumper up for Dawes. No. Rebound Bediako. Bediako goes up and scores on the putback.
I mean, Coach Kim said, how did he knock 3 guys out of the way to get that rebound?
Got to figure out a way to block him out.
He's a big dude. I mean, Oduro's big, but he's bigger than Oduro, and he just moved everybody out of there that time. Good rebound.
6'10", 240 pounds. And it makes it 8-7. Pierre goes left wing. Carter fakes the deep three. Wusu right there on top of him. Scoots the ball back out for Oduro on the high post. Now Oduro takes the dribble right, goes backdoor for Gaines, who flushes with the left hand.
Nice pass by Oduro. Friars are throwing some nice passes out there and finishing it off at the rim.
First basket for Ticket Gaines. Friars back up by 3 at 10-7. Dawes will walk it into the forecourt, spins to the left, finds Wusu on the wing. Now Wusu comes up a high screen, goes right side for Coleman. Coleman hands off. Keeping the ball low is Dawes. Pierre's right on top of him. Dawes squirts free, gets into the lane, goes up the runner, can't get it, but he gets knocked to the floor and fouled. Well, and it will be Jaden Pierre with a foul.
That's the scouting report. Make Dawes, throw him off the three-point line. You don't want him shooting threes, so they're making him go over the top of the screen and then make him get in the lane and take some tough ones. That's the first one Dawes gotten to the foul line on. He's had some tough shots right now. He's 0 for 3 so far in the ball game, and every of those shots have been contested.
So Dawes 92% from the foul line. Seton Hall as a team better than 77% from the line, which is the third best in the Big East.
That's why they're 6-2 in the league. They're able to win those close games. Every game is pretty close in this league, and they're able to ice them down the stretch.
Jaquan Sanders, 6'4" sophomore, comes in for Isaiah Coleman for Seton Hall. That's Dawes' first point of the night. He's got now 80 points over his last 4+ games. And his second shot is good, his first 2 of the night. It makes it 10-9. Friars with a 1-point lead and the ball. Garway Dual will bring it into the forecourt. They'll shift Pierre over to the off guard. Dual picked up by Sanders defensively. Drives to the right, goes right down the lane, puts it up, got the shot blocked by Davis.
Good move by Dual. He just went the wrong way. Davis blocks the shot.
Dawes drives around Pierre, left side for Wusu. Now for Sanders, back to Wusu, right in front of the Providence bench. Wusu feeds the post to Bediako, works his way hard into the lane, tries to go up, and there's a reach-in foul called.
You can't do that. Don't reach in. Make him take a shot over you in that lane there. Let him take a jump hook. You don't want to give away a foul like that. That's a cheap one. That's an automatic call.
Oduro's first foul, third on the Friars, will put Jaden Bediako at the free throw line. Bediako 66.7 from the line of the season. 8.6 points per game. Transfer from Santa Clara
Solid
in the
big
West Coast
guy.
Conference. Yep, go ahead.
He's a solid big guy. Gives you good minutes. He's a good free throw shooter. Knocked that one down right there. I mean, his percentages aren't great, but he made a bunch of them in Providence.
15 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 blocks in that triple overtime loss on Saturday.
I mean, he's getting better too. He's much better than he was when he started the year. He's fitting in nicely with this team. But you get a big guy like that. He patrols the paint and he keeps everybody off the boards.
Got both of his free throws, and Seton Hall has retaken the lead. 11-10 with 12:42 to go in the first half. Pierre has it now at the point. He brings it into the forecourt against Dawes. Tries to back his way to the top of the key. They'll flash the double team out. They find Oduro, who drives down the right side of the lane. Up fakes on Bediako. Spins,
Nice.
reverses, and scores.
They should do that more often. They're coming out. Bediako's double teaming Pierre on that pick and screen. And then Oduro rolls. He'll have him beat the big guy to the basket.
4 for Oduro. Friars back up 1. Dawes comes off the screen, drives to the right, throws up the floater. Off the back rim, no good. Rebound off the backboard. Gaines, quick pass up the floor for Pierre. Pierre crosses over, drives to the hoop, sweeping. Layup spins out of the hole. Oh, my. Bediako with a rebound.
I can't complain about the shot. That was a good move right there. Just didn't make the layup.
Wusu on the right wing. Now feeds back door. It goes out of bounds, but it was touched by Duval under the basket. And Seton Hall will keep the ball after a timeout. We've got 11:51 to go in the opening half. Providence 12, Seton Hall 11. From Learfield, this is Providence Friar basketball.
Defense right here. We're in our Rego package right now. Yo, how long do I gotta watch it? Right? Eliminate losing by playing up 2 feet and right? Eliminate losing by making that play. Just catch the ball with 2 hands. All right, great job, great finish.
Providence College basketball is brought to you in part by Finetco, a family of lumberyards. John and Joe here in Newark, New Jersey, 11:51 to go in the opening half. Friars with a 12-11 lead over the Seton Hall Pirates.
Well, neither team lighting it up here, John. Friars 5 for 13 from the floor, 1 for 3 from three-point range. They have 7 rebounds, 1 of those offensive rebounds, 3 assists on their 5 made baskets. Seton Hall just 3 for 13 from the floor, 1 of 2 from 3. Perfect from the line, though. 4 for 4 from the line. They have 11 rebounds. 4 of those have been offensive rebounds. So the Friars have to do a better job of keeping the Hall off the glass on the offensive glass. 2 assists on their 3 made baskets. 2 turnovers each for both teams. But the key guy right now has been, for Seton Hall, has been Dawes. He's 0 for 4. And that was an emphasis defensively the Friars have put on Jaden Pierre. Play hard and get up on him. Don't allow him to take a 3-point shot. They want him to put the ball on the floor and take tough twos. And that's been working so far. Wells has had some good looks in the paint there, but hasn't been able to make them.
Rafael Castro has come into the game for the Friars to replace Josh Oduro. All ball. 11:51 to go in the half. Inbounded from the baseline. Basket to our left here on the radio in half number 1.
See, Dawes has taken twice as many 3-point attempts than anybody else on the team.
Elijah Hutchins-Everett is also checked in. Dawes gets off a fadeaway jumper from the baseline and missed it. Wusu gets the offensive rebound. Back out to Dawes, who gets off another 3. That's no good. And finally a rebound for Duval.
That's it. Pierre's doing a good job on him. He's making him rush shots and make tough, difficult shots. He's 0 for 6 from the floor.
Seton Hall is 3 for 15 from the floor, but they're only down 1.
1 point.
Here's Pierre, bounces up high for Carter. Carter fakes, drives on Wusu, left side on the wing for Ticket. Gaines pushes again to the right for Pierre. Now for Duval. Duval crosses out, comes right for Ticket. 6 to shoot. Pass underneath for Castro. Castro tries to go back door to Duval, and it got stolen by Davis.
Castro's got to shoot that shot.
Davis back out to Wusu, who throws it almost into the backcourt, but saved there by Jaquan Sanders. Now the right side for Davis. Jumper up, too strong. Rebound tipped, and Hutchins Everett gets it, but it's stolen back by Gaines.
Good job by Gaines on the loose ball. He and Pierre were there anticipating that pass.
Carter now controls to the forecourt for the Friars. Comes to the right side for Pierre. Pierre starts left, goes to the right, comes back to the left for Carter. Got a deep three on the way. Around the rim, it goes in and out. And Everett again with a rebound.
That was halfway down. Friars getting some good shots at halfway down the hole. Pierre had the same type of layup that spun out on him.
Friars 5 for 14 on the floor. Here's Wusu, left at the top of the key. He's guarded there by Carter. Comes off a high screen set by Everett, goes down the lane, banks it up, got it short, got his own rebound, can't get it, gets his own rebound again, pushes it out. Davis sets his feet, fires the three, and got it blocked. Carter with the rebound. Carter pushes up the floor. He finds Duval, who fakes, he drives, puts it up and in.
Good play there by Duval. Nice pump fake right there. Kim Inglis is excited. He says, Galway, great. He said, pump fake. That's what you need to do. This team here tries to block every shot. He wants them to all pump fake.
First basket for Duval. Friars up 3. Dawes to the right side for Wusu. Davis now out near the midcourt circle. Comes left for Sanders. Sanders hands off to Dawes. High post for Everett. Everett hands off to Wusu. 10 to shoot. Davis up high. Underhands to Dawes. Pierre knocked it off his leg. Dawes picks it back up with 5 to shoot. Gets a high screen, gets to the foul line, jumper up, and rattles it in.
Well, they got to step out on that. Castro's got to step out. He's got to know the situation there. The shot clock was at 4. Pierre did a good job that whole possession, but he got screened off. Castro's got to jump out and help.
First field goal for Dawes, who's just 1 for 7 from the floor. Duval right starts, goes back to the left. Now between the circles for Pierre. Pierre, bounce pass down to the post. Carter, and try to post up inside on Dawes. Muscles his way in. Out to Gaines, top of the key for 3.
Good job there by Carter. He draws so much attention. He had 2 guys on him. He finds Gaines. The nice thing about Gaines there, John, he moved to an open spot so Carter could see him, and he catches and shoots it.
First tray for Gaines. Friars have a 4-point lead, their largest of the half. Dawes on the left wing, comes around the screen. Foul line jumper up again, around, no. Tipped out. Rebound, Everett goes back up and puts it in and gets fouled.
You know, Castro's got to box out. I mean, the Friars doing a great job on Dawes. He's 1 for 8 in the ball game, but they get the offensive rebound. And that's keeping Seton Hall in the game. They got to get the rebound.
Who's the foul on? He showed 1-3. 1-3 isn't even in the game.
Maybe it was just 3.
I guess that's possible. I'm not sure. They have not scored it yet. Now it's 30. Thank you. Okay, now he comes back and he corrects it. That is on Castro. First on Raphael. That's 4 on the Friars. And Hutchins Everett, 91% for the line, misses. And Carter grabs the rebound.
Another big guy. I mean, he's got to be 260 out there.
Transfer from Austin P. Pierre into the forecourt with it. Friar lead is 2. Right side for Carter in front of the Seton Hall bench. Wusu right in front of him, 3 feet away. Shakes him, goes to the left, pushes there for Pierre. Pierre gets penetration. Drives down left, turn around with a 15-footer off the iron, no good.
That's what I want him to do. Take that shot. That's a good look right there. He drew the defensive player off. He's got to knock that shot down.
Quan Sanders, Malachi Brown into the game, stepped out of bounds on the sideline. Or he made his move to the basket and turns the ball over for the Pirates.
You almost see that once every game, whether you're watching it on TV or the other games. Somebody always steps on the sideline. The court's not wide enough anymore, I guess. That three-point line has made a difference because guys are trying to get behind it, and they end up stepping out of bounds.
4th turnover of the game for the Pirates. Pirates get the ball, still hold on to a 2-point lead. 8:16 to go in the first half. Pierre into the ball, into the forecourt with it. Guarded there by Brown. Bounce pass left side for Corey Floyd, who's re-entered. Floyd looks for the entry pass. Aduro back of the game, has it outside the block on the left side, spins into the lane against Hutchins Everett. Comes cross court and has the pass intercepted by Coleman. Now Coleman has the dribble. Gets stopped by Floyd. Retreats, going to go up for a deep 3 and hits.
Well, he comes down, and Floyd did a good job getting back on defense, and then he walked away from the ball, and Coleman knocks down the shot.
Only a 24% shooter from three, but Coleman gets his first basket, and Seton Hall back up by, actually, they've tied it. They say it's a 17-17, a two-pointer. Oduro has it in the foul line. He spins on Coleman down low, and he's called for a travel.
Tough call right there. I thought he was grabbed on that play. Coach Kim English comes over and asks him what happened on that play.
So it'll be a turnover against Josh Oduro. Timeout, 7:31 to go in the half. That last basket by Coleman had his foot on the line. It's a two-pointer, and we're tied at 17-17. From Learfield, this is Providence Friar basketball. Hot Potato Food Truck is a proud partner of PC Athletics. For your next event, call the Hot Potato Food Truck, 401-919-3009.
Well, neither team lighting it up again, John. The Friars, 7 for 17. Not too bad. 2 for 5 from three. Seton Hall, just 6 for 23 from the floor, 26%. The problem is Seton Hall's all over the backboards. Out-rebounding the Friars.
10.
And 9 of those are offensive rebounds. So half your rebounds, offensive rebounds. That's not a good number. The Friars have to do a better job of keeping them off the glass. And that was a point of emphasis at shoot-around today. Say, we got to keep these guys off the glass because if we get the rebound, we can fast break them. They don't get back on defense. The Friars were able to get one rebound on the glass to get it down the floor, and they end up with a layup at the other end. So they need to keep these guys off the glass. They're playing man-to-man, so you should have your man in front of you where you can box him out and get down the floor with the rebound.
Friars have Oduro, Floyd, Dual, Gaines, and Carter on the floor. Seton Hall brings out for the first time David Tubek, 6'7" freshman from South Sudan. Just his sixth game that he has played, but he has come off of the bench for the last couple of games for Seton Hall.
There's a lineup the Friars can really exploit. No Dawes out there.
No Richmond, no Davis.
The three best players are on the bench, so now you
got
to make a run here.
Talking about those three guys combining for more than 60 against Creighton on Saturday. Brown has it. Malachi Brown out between the circles, drives to the left on Dual. High post for Everett, who launches a three, and wouldn't you know, he hits it.
Amazing.
He's 2 for 6. 2 for 6 from three on the season.
And they have 6 for 23 in the ballgame. The guy's 2 for 6.
And now they're up by 3. Trying to drive on Malachi Brown is Dual. Dual cuts to the right, hands off for Floyd. Floyd pushes to the left side for Carter. Carter on that sideline. Tubek guarding him, drives around him, double team down in the post, kicks the ball left corner. Floyd is wide open, no good. And the rebound ripped out of there on the floor. Hitchens goes to the floor with it, is saved there by Sanders. Now for Coleman up the right sideline, and he waits for his teammates to join him. He'll give it out front from Malachi Brown. Looks over his shoulder to get the play call from Shaheen Holloway. Now Tubek, hands off for Coleman. Up for Brown out between the circles. Everett sets the screen. Brown kicks off left corner for Sanders. There's another three, and that time Everett can't get it. Go! Friars trying to push it up the floor. Carter has it on the right wing. He'll stop. He'll pop for three. It's off the mark. Rebound, Oduro on the glass. He pump fakes. Kicks the ball back out for Floyd. Finds Duval left, fakes left, goes right, throws up the runner and scores.
Good job by Duval there, passing up the three, getting in the lane. All kind of open shots the Friars had on that possession.
4 for Duval in the game. 7 is now 20-19. Seton Hall. 5:55 to go in the first half. Ball gets knocked out of bounds on the right sideline by Duval. Seton Hall will keep it. 21 to shoot. 5:54 on the clock. Juan Sanders will inbound on the sideline into the backcourt to Malachi Brown. Brown, 6'1" freshman out of Beaufort, Georgia. Now for Sanders, out into the middle. Finds Coleman between the circles. Coleman turns and looks. Carter playing off of him. Now for Sanders at the foul line. Reverses, dumps it off down low for Everett. Goes out of bounds. It's going to be a turnover.
Good defense right there. Floyd did a nice job of making him work. Sanders work on that screen. And then a good front inside there by
Well, they got away with a couple of minutes there because Davis, Dawes, and Wusu, and now Bediako, 4 replacements in the game for Seton Hall. So I guess they bought a couple of minutes.
Yeah, they had to do that. Hey, they got 3 points out of it, too. The big fella knocked down a 3.
Friars with the ball, looking to retake the lead on this possession. Duval hands off for Floyd. Floyd takes dribble to the center. Hands off in the circle there for Carter. Carter drives right on Davis. Lost the ball off his leg. Picked up by Duval. Back out to Devin. Fakes the 3. Looks to penetrate on Davis. Back out front for Oduro. Left corner Ticket for 3.
No hesitation that time. That's that left-hand corner that Ticket Gaines loves. He knocks down another one from there.
He's got 8 points in the half. 2 threes, and the Friars retake the lead by a deuce. Dawes, Davis, Coleman out front. Coleman now dribbles to the right around the arc. Hands off there for Dawes. Dawes cuts back. Duval tries to stay in front of him. Dawes retreats, gets down the lane, leans in, kicks it back outside. Coleman gets off the deep 3 and hits.
Good pass here by Dawes. And the bench player is stepping up now. Coleman getting the start in this ball game. Knocks down the 3-pointer.
Coleman gets the first 3. He's got 5 points in the start today in place of Kadari Richmond. And Seton Hall back up by 1. Duval, top of the key. Starts left, cuts to the right, back to the left again. Keeping the ball on a string. Feeds the high post. Oduro spins back to the left. 1 dribble, 2 dribbles. Left side now for Carter. Pulls it out with 6 to shoot. Cuts to the right with 5, with 4. Now Floyd with 3, with 2. Into the lane with 1. Got it blocked. Coleman gets the ball. Behind the back with the dribble. Pushes up the floor for Davis, who elevates, lays it up. Can't get it. It rolled off the rim. Carter with the rebound.
Good job by Duval blocking that shot.
Carter leaving traffic. Underscore, underhands to Gaines for 3.
The Ticket's in one of those grooves in his ball game. When he gets that first one to go down, he feels good about the next one.
3 threes, 11 first half points for Ticket Gaines, and Providence back up a deuce. Wusu, left side to the top of the key, right side for Coleman. Coleman hands off for Dawes on the right sideline. Dawes, second, Bediako sets the screen, cuts to the left, throws up the runner from the baseline, from the free throw line, no! And Oduro with a rebound.
Again, forcing Dawes to take those 2-point shots. He's not comfortable with those so far. He's been missing a lot.
Carter comes off the screen on the left sideline, cuts back to the left, finds Oduro on the high post, and a whistle. Offensive foul? Or do we have an injury?
What happened? The official called something over there. I don't know.
Nathan Hall just blew the whistle dead. And we don't know why. Why did we blow the whistle dead?
I think he might have charged Coach Ingles with a timeout right there. I don't know why.
Well, we got a media timeout anyway, so we'll take it. 3:31 to go. Friars 25, Pirates 23. From Learfield, this is Providence Friar basketball. John and Joe back in Newark, New Jersey, where the Friars lead the Seton Hall Pirates 25-23. 3:31 to go in the first half. Friars actually called that timeout. Janney Montgomery Scott helps clients connect their life and their finances. Janney Montgomery Scott, LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
Well, the Friar defense is pretty decent in this ball game, John. They're challenging every shot that the Seton Hall team takes. The Seton Hall unexpected guys are knocking down threes, as you have. Isaiah Coleman hit a couple in the ball game. He hasn't taken a lot this year, but the big fella Everett made a three-pointer. He's only taken 6 all year. So you got guys making shots that normally don't take shots in those situations. But Friars are 10 for 23 from the floor in this one so far, 43%. 4 for 9, though, from three-point range.
Friars have the ball in the 2-point lead, 19 on the shot clock. Pierre has it out between the circles, gives it over to Ticket, who's wide open again from the right flank. It hits!
I mean, what are you waiting for, Ticket? Shoot that ball. You're in the zone right now. You don't hesitate.
Ticket gains 4 3-pointers here in the half, and the Friars lead by 5. Dawes, left side for Wusu. Wusu in front of the Providence bench, lobs it back out for Coleman. Coleman uses Bediako as a screener, pulls up with an elbow jumper. Off the rim, no. Oduro kept it alive, but he tipped it right to Bediako, who flips it up, missed the shot. Ball comes out to Carter, who bats it to himself. Now he'll streak by Coleman, goes right to the rim with a crossover and a score.
How about that? You talk about speed. He blew by 2 guys to get that layup there.
8 for Carter in the half. Friars now have their biggest lead at 7, 30-23. On the right side, Coleman comes off a high screen to the top of the key, picked up there by Rich Barron, who's checked into the game for the first time. On the high post for Bediako, hands off. Carter almost with a steal, but picked up by Wusu. Now Wusu drives down the right side, lays it up, in and out rebound, and the Bediako just leaped over, knocked over Gaines, and they're going to call a foul on Providence?
Kim English is beside himself.
Are you serious?
He
just got
landed
mugged.
on top of him. He said he was boxing him out.
Mugged, absolutely mugged. Lamar Simpson, that was god-awful.
Lamar Simpson, come on, man.
Holy smokes.
Wake up.
The foul is then called on Gaines, rather, for the Friars. Just so we can be accurate with that. 15 foul of the half. Inbounds for Seton Hall goes out to Coleman in the center circle. Kim English is still discussing that last call with Lamar Simpson.
He says, well, he's boxing him out. Where's he supposed to go?
Dawes trips to the floor as Pierre fought through the screen, drives down the right side into the right corner. Wusu for 3, rattles in and out, and a rebound finally gathered there by Oduro, and he threw it away right to Dawes, who intercepted and scored.
Come on, Josh. You got to be better than that. Good job on the backboards.
And then he gives it up on the turnover. Stops an 8-0 Friar run, and it makes it 30-25. High with it is Carter, cuts to the left. We're inside 2 minutes to go in the first half. Friars with the ball in the lead. Gaines to the right side for Pierre. Drives the baseline, works his way all the way through. And a foul is called, or he just stepped out of bounds?
No, you got pushed out of bounds. But they said he's out of bounds.
I mean, I tell you, there's a lot of physicality in this game that these officials are letting go. Absolutely letting go. But you can't let go of Bediako, who just basically murdered Gaines on the last time down the floor.
You don't mind to let it go if it goes both ways.
Coleman on the left wing. Now bounce pass out to Wusu. Wusu between the circles. 10 to shoot. Bediako on the high post. Stops, looks, hands off for Dawes. Curls to the left, gets in the lane. Fadeaway jumper up off the iron. No. Carter had the rebound, got knocked out of bounds, and it's Seton Hall ball.
Tell you what, Seton Hall is a monster on its offensive glass. I mean, Dawes is like 1 for 12 in the ball.
And a technical foul called on Kim English.
Said he was out of the box.
Now you're going to let all these coaches work outside the box as they have, including we saw Archie Miller, who almost interfered on a play last weekend for URI. And now Lamar Simpson.
Lamar Simpson said, you can't be on the court down there on the baseline.
Oh, these officials. Just the consistency is wretched.
They just suck.
Wretched.
I mean, the Friars have a good momentum going out here, and then Bediako just mauls Gaines on a rebound. He calls a technical foul in a game like this, or they're just killing each other out there. And Kim is on the baseline. He's just talking to his team. He's not talking to the officials. He's talking to his team.
So with 1:14 to go, Dawes hits the first free throw, and the second one is on the way and good. So there's 2 freebies where Seton Hall pulls them back within 3 and sucks all the momentum right out of the game that the Friars had going.
Oh, boy. They need to have some referee camps and go get some new players.
Inbounds come to the left side. On the left elbow, Dawes feeds the post. Davis trying to back his way in. Lowers his shoulders, spin to the left, throws it up, and just scores. Got it over Gaines. 7 for Davis. And Seton Hall back within 1. We're under a minute to play. 6-0 run for the Pirates over the last 60 seconds.
It's like a rugby game out there right now.
Pierre to Carter. Pierre takes the dribble to the right. There's a double team, and finally a foul is called. No! They just called it on Providence. What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on?
I'll tell you.
Foul is called on Oduro for an illegal screen, and that's 2 fouls in the half on Josh.
And that's a silly one right there by Josh, but he's kind of frustrated because it's just been everybody's just playing rugby out there. Dawes now is hurt. He's grabbing his ankle.
That's 6 fouls for the Friars in the half, just 2 on Seton Hall in the first half.
Now, who's being more physical?
And Alamir Dawes has hurt his left ankle, and he is limping off the floor to the right sideline.
He's had to work really hard to get shots in this one, too, John.
He's got 8 points in the half, but for the ball game, Dawes is 2 for 11, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, they're making him take 2-pointers, too. They don't want him taking threes, and he's had to work hard against this Friar defense.
So Wusu has the ball into the forecourt. Seton Hall looking for the lead here on this possession. Bediako to the right wing for Wusu. Wusu gets around Carter, muscles his way down the lane. Sweeping layup is no good. And there's a rebound and a foul on the floor, and it's called on Providence again. It's Bediako that went down.
Well, Castro's trying to box him
and
out.
Carter and Bediako are jawing at each other right now, and the foul is called on 30, Rafael Castro.
Now they're going to go look at it.
Come on, guys.
Now they're going to look at it.
Please wake up and get into this game.
Kim Ingles is slapping Rafael
Castro
5.
He did the right thing. He was just trying to block him out.
Oh, Bediako's been mauling everybody. He's been just not run over everybody.
Oh my!
You guys have lost control of this game. I couldn't be a coach. I'd been thrown out by now. It's unbelievable what Bediako gets away with. I mean, he's doing it. He's getting away with it. Keep doing it until they call a foul on him.
That's the second foul on Castro. That's 7 on the Friars. Actually 8 when you count the technical. There should be a 1-and-1 here for Seton Hall with 30.6 left.
This is a weak crew, too. Oof. Very weak crew.
Well, they've asked Matt Potter to come over and check the monitor as well, which is a ways down to our right here at the midcourt line.
Normally when you get a tech call on you, you get the benefit of the doubt on a couple of calls down the other end. Friars haven't gotten anything.
Nothing. Seton Hall has 2 team fouls called on them. 1 on Dawes, 1 on Coleman. That's it. And it's a 1-and-1 for Seton Hall here.
They're not going to call a flagrant on that one, which is just part of the game there. He pushed him out there. But, how do you keep Bediako off the glass if you don't box him out? I mean, Castro's boxing him out right there. Bediako, what he does, he just keeps coming. You love to have him on your team. You don't want to play against him. He just keeps coming, and he knocks everybody out of the way. It's like a bowling ball in a bowling alley, just knocking everybody out of the way. But unless you call a foul on him, he's just going to keep doing that. I would do the same thing.
So Bediako to the line for a 1-and-1. He's hit 2 for 2, 66% from the line on the season. And he switches.
He's a big dude.
6'10", 240 pounds. Former West Coast Conference All-Freshman, 5th in the West Coast Conference in blocks last season. And the second shot is good, and Seton Hall retakes the lead. Pirates on an 8-0 run over the last 90 seconds.
It was 30-23. The key play in this momentum is when Oduro got the rebound and threw it away, and they got an easy layup, and the Friars haven't scored since.
3 seconds difference between the clocks. Friars will run it down perhaps as much as they can here to try to retake the lead at halftime. Carter with the dribble out near the mid-floor line. Now just going to walk back into the center circle and see if he can take some time off the clock. Down to 9, down to 8, down to 7. Now makes his move to the right. Stops, steps back, stops again, loses the ball on the floor. Picked up by Pierre. Finds Carter, gets it off at the buzzer. Won't go. They're going to call a shot clock violation. And now Carter and Kim English are having some words, and Carter saying, "Hey, I got wrapped around," and
Yes.
Nathan Hall said, "I didn't see it."
Of course he didn't. He doesn't see anything.
So 2.6 on the clock. Seton Hall could get a last shot at the basket here. And Shaheen Holloway will call a use it or lose it 30-second timeout.
Man, this is like the Big East back in the day when they had 6 team fouls.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
at
6
least they
fouls
would-
per person.
But they would call the fouls. This is an extraordinarily one-sided game right now, as evidenced by the 8 fouls the Friars have to 2.
Yeah, Seton Hall has 2 fouls.
2 fouls.
Now think about that. We're watching this game. You think they only fouled twice in this game? It's insane.
Right.
These guys should donate their checks to these referees should donate their checks to charity because they don't deserve to get paid. And we got another half of these guys. Oh my God, how bad are they?
Wow. Going to be that kind of night. So now you're going to have, when you go into the locker room here, you got to figure out how you're going to overcome it.
How about Kim Inglis gets a tech for being 2 feet on the floor in the corner talking to one of his teammates, one of his players. I mean, you could tech a coach every game all night tonight for being on the floor. How do you call a tech like that?
So 2.6 left.
What's his name?
That's Lamar Simpson.
He's horrendous.
He's got Coleman to win bounds from the right side near his bench. Mid-floor line. Bounce pass to Wusu. Gets off the shot at the buzzer. Bank shot off the mark. But the Pirates will take an 8-0 run over the last 2 minutes and 1 second of the clock. And they will take a 31-30 lead into the locker room at halftime. That's our score, 31-30. And we'll continue with more here from the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey. Coming up in just a moment from Learfield. This is Providence Friar basketball. The other ones besides that, Ticket Gaines leading all scorers with 14 in the first half, had 4 3-pointers, 4 of 4, Gaines was 4 of 5 from three-point range in the first half, but the Friars just got beat up by Seton Hall and by the guys in black and white stripes. And they trail Seton Hall 31-30 at the break. Now, again, this isn't supposed to seem like, we're whining about the officials because we understand how Big East games are called. They're always physical. They're always, wars, and you have to learn to overcome everything there is. But when you're outshot 9-1 from the free throw line, you commit 8 fouls, the other team only commits 2 fouls. I mean, I think there's a little bit of a disparity there, and it was not that physical one-sided. It was physical on both sides. The whistle was only blowing one way, and that's got to change.
Well, I mean, two team fouls on Seton Hall is a joke. I mean, the game was physical, so you call in fouls, fine, but you got to even it up. I mean, there's no way. You telling me Bediako didn't throw everybody all over the building in here, and he has no fouls? I mean, there's got to be a better situation here as far as they're trying to box him out. They box him out. He just flattened Devontae Gaines. What's the game supposed to do? Just came over the back and flattened him on one play. But again, just 2 team fouls for Seton Hall. That's just not right. I mean, it's got to be better than that. And for Kim English to get a technical foul because he was on the floor in the corner, the deep corner, talking to one of his players underneath the basket. He wasn't even talking to an official and gets a technical foul. That's absurd. I mean, you could tech every coach in the country tonight because none of them stay off the court. They're always on the court.
It's kind of funny. Last night we were talking to Kim about technical fouls. This would be the 4th of his coaching career. He only had 3 in the previous 2.5 seasons before tonight.
Yeah, we jinxed him on that one. He hasn't had a lot of
we talked
technical
about that.
fouls.
Joe, this game was a game of 2 runs. The Friars went on an 8-0 run to take a 7-point lead at 30-23 with 2 minutes to go. And then Seton Hall ripped off the last 8 points in a row to go back up by 1 at the break.
Well, Friars go up 30-23, like you just mentioned, and got the rebound on the missed shot by Seton Hall. And Oduro throws it away and gives up an easy layup. The Friars didn't score again. You go down and score there. That's a big swing in the ball game. Gave them a little bit momentum. Then the game got chaotic and physical, and Friars were bouncing all over the place. And the Friars, weight-wise, don't match up with other teams now in the Big East, for the size-wise, especially with Bediako in there. But they played well enough to be ahead in this ball game, shooting the ball. They run very well, but they weren't able to get stops on the defensive end as far as the second shot opportunities. They did a good job on the stops, but they weren't able to keep them off the offensive glass. You look at Seton Hall's offensive rebounds. They had more offensive rebounds in that first half than defensive rebounds. That's unbelievable. They had 24 total rebounds and 13 were offensive rebounds. You very, very rarely see that stat in any game where you have more offensive rebounds than defensive rebounds.
Friars got to find a way to fix that. More coming up in a moment from Learfield. This is Providence Friar basketball. Apparently he was. And so Kim English got his first technical foul of his prior coaching career, just the fourth of his college coaching career. Seton Hall converted 2 free throws at the end, part of that 8-0 run that the Pirates had over the last 2 minutes and 4 seconds of the first half, and that's why they have a 31-30 lead at halftime over the Friars after the Friars had a 7-point lead. Quick look at the numbers. We said that Gaines led all scorers with 14. Carter had 8. Seton Hall had 8 from Alamir Dawes and then 7 from Dre Davis, but Dawes turned his ankle late in the first half, and he is out there on the floor in the warm-up line, so that's perhaps encouraging for Seton Hall, who, of course, as we said before the game, out without Kadari Richmond in this game. Did not suit up, did not participate in pregame warm-ups.
Yeah, Dawes has those 8 points, but he's 2 for 11 from the floor. He's 4 for 4 from the line, but Seton Hall, that's the difference so far in the game is they're being ahead by 1. They outscored the Friars 8-1 from the foul line. Friars have taken 1 free throw in this ball game. Seton Hall's taken 9 and making 8. So that's Friars have to get that evened up somehow. I mean, if I'm Coach English, I'm walking over to the officials. Say, look, they had 2 team fouls in that first half.
Look at this box score. Look at this box score.
2 team fouls.
You tell me if you think you did a good job.
2 team fouls.
Friars outshot Seton Hall 48% to 28. Shot 50% from 3 to 38 for Seton Hall, but got killed on the backboards 24-16.
Well, and the offensive glass, it was 13-2. So, Seton Hall, that's what they're known for. They're a very good offensive rebounding team, and the team knows it. The team trying to say, listen, we got to get the defensive rebound so we can break these guys. They don't get back on defense.
All right, we'll take the timeout. Second half is coming up ahead. Friars trying to gut one out here in Jersey, trailing by 1 at the break. From Learfield, this is Providence Friar basketball. John Rooke and Joe Hassett back at the Prudential Center here in Newark. 31-30 for Seton Hall at the break. Friars in the road blacks. Seton Hall in the home whites. Pirates will have the possession here to start the second half. We'll go basket to our right on the radio. Original 5 out on the floor for Providence and Oduro, Carter, Floyd, Gaines, and Pierre. Dawes is out on the floor after tweaking his ankle in the first half. Davis will inbound it. And Dawes will bring it up against Jaden Pierre, left to right. To Davis, who hands it off to Dylan Adewusu. Wusu hands off to Dawes, who pulls it out mid-court circle. Now goes back left wing for Wusu. There's a lob over the head of Bediako, overhead of Davis, and out of bounds. The Friars will get it on a turnover.
Well, they tried to go to Davis' first couple of possessions in the first half as well, and that one didn't work that time. Good job on the defense. Got to attack the ball, too, make the passing lane tough.
Well, the Friars will bring it basket to our left here in half number 2 as Pierre bounces to the right wing for Corey Floyd. Floyd up high now for Oduro. Oduro turns, hands off to Carter, curls around the arc to the right side. Davis picks him up, crosses back to the left, stops, kicks it out to Floyd again with 7 to shoot. Floyd takes it down low, stops on the baseline, back out to Gaines, catch and shoot 3. That's short. Long rebound taken by Gaines in the right corner. Underhanded pass goes to Oduro, who lays it in, and the Friars retake the lead.
Great job by Gaines. That's the second offensive rebound for the Friars in the game. And Oduro gets the benefit, gets the layup.
He's got 6 points in the game. Friars back up 32-31. First minute done in the second half. Isaiah Coleman, who got the start for Richmond, now goes back out front for Wusu. Wusu goes left side for Dawes. Toward the left sideline. Pierre up tight on him, really tight on him. Drives to the right, gets around the screen, steps back, fires off the off-balance 3 and hits.
Wow, what a shot by Dawes. That was good defense there by Pierre. But Dawes, he's a great outside shooter from 3. He takes more 3-pointers than anybody else on the team.
Shoot 37%, and he gets a steal from Pierre. He took it away. He drives to the right, goes up inside with the body, and scores.
Good deep by Dawes. I mean, he wasn't a factor in that first half. The Friars did a good job on him, just 2 for 13 from the floor, but he makes his first 2 shots here in the second half.
And he gives his team a 36-32 lead in the first 2 minutes of the second half. Dawes is 6 feet away, bounces left for Carter. Now Carter looks for the high screen. Oduro tries to set it, gives it to him. Oduro gets around Bediako, drives down low, and got fouled. And a reaching foul is called on Davis.
Did they call a foul? Amazing. Didn't call any of that in the first half. How about Bediako? He's got his hand around Odoro's waist so he couldn't move on that screen. I mean, that's a foul.
First foul of the game on Davis. Friars inbound for the baseline. Pierre looks for the pass, and he finds Gaines in the corner. Got tipped out of bounds by Davis. And Providence will keep it to shoot. 18:01 to go in the second half. And Seton Hall, this is their largest lead. Matches their largest lead of the game. 4 points at 36-32. Inbounds comes out to Oduro on the high post. Dumps it right for Carter. Carter comes back for Gaines. Got an open look at 3. Yes! He's in the flow.
Ticket.
5 threes for Gaines in the ball game. 17 points. And Providence is back within 1.
He's going right at Davis, making Davis play defense.
Dawes crosses over right wing. Coleman bobbles it against Carter. Coleman now retrieves the dribble, stops his penetration, dumps it off, coming down the lane, and there's Davis for a dunk.
Well, he went back door that time. That's bad defense by the Friars. Can't give up that shot.
Trey Davis has 9. Pierre up front, comes left for Carter. Carter lobs it down low for Oduro, and they're going to get Bediako for a hold on Oduro.
What a shot.
What?
Bediako made a foul?
What?
That's his first foul of the game. I mean, he's been beating up everybody out there.
First foul on Bediako, 2 on the Pirates here in the half. They got a ways to go before they even this thing up. There's a lob, and it's intercepted from the baseline by Bediako.
You can't throw that ball away like that.
Friars fail to take advantage. Dawes drives to the right on Carter, cuts him off, cuts back to the left, gets to the lane, throws up the runner, scores. And Alamir Dawes is getting off right now.
Well, now he's getting in the flow now. He's missing all those shots in the first half on those tough 2s. But now he's got confidence. He's made his last 3.
He's got 15 points to lead Seton Hall. Ticket in the right baseline, backs it out on the sideline, gives it to Carter, cuts to the right, goes to the basket, banks it up and scores.
Good move there by Carter, getting in the lane right there. Almost gets the steal.
10 for Carter in the ball game. 40-37.
Now they got Carter on Dawes.
Dawes finds Davis drives, spins inside, underhands to Bediako, muscles his way in, puts it up, won't get it. Bediako had it, stolen from behind by Floyd. He just ripped it out of Bediako's hand.
Good help by Floyd right there because there was a Brahma Bulls going at him and Oduro inside.
Now Carter has it on the left wing in front of his bench, drives to the right, stops top of the key, swings it back for Ticket. Ticket tried to feed Oduro, got kicked out of bounds by the Pirates. Garway Duval will check in for Jaden Pierre. 16-15 to go here in the second half. Friars trailing by 3. Duval will inbound with 17 to shoot on the shot clock from the left side baseline. Near side toward their bench. Goes through his hand signals to call the play. He lobs it out to Oduro at the foul line. Oduro fakes right, fakes left, now goes back to the right on Bediako, gets doubled, got it blocked from behind, gets it back, turns back around, spins, and tries to dribble out of trouble. He does so up high for Duval. 4 to shoot, 3 to shoot. Duval doesn't see that. He's going to go up and got his shot blocked by Coleman.
Good defense by Seton Hall. That was terrific defense in the half court right there. As Oduro couldn't get the shot off on Bediako.
Timeout on the floor, 15:57 to go in the second half. And the Pirates hold a 3-point lead at 40-37. From Learfield, this is Providence Friar basketball. Are training the workforce of today that will build tomorrow. With state-of-the-art training academies throughout New England, you'll be equipped with the construction skills, knowledge, and experience to start your career and a better tomorrow. LIUNA. Feel the power.
Well, at halftime, Seton Hall was just shooting 27% from the floor, 10 for 36. But they're straightening that percentage out pretty well in the second half. They're now 4 for 5 in the second half at 80%, 1 for 1 from 3. Friars, on the other hand, 3 for 6 in the second half, 50%, 1 for 3 from three-point range. Overall, the Friars are shooting 15 for 31, 48%. You'll take that anytime, especially on the road. 6 for 13 from three-point range. That's terrific at 46%. They've taken one foul shot in the ball game and made that one shot. But the rebound is what killing the Friars right now. You have Seton Hall, John, with 14 offensive rebounds out of their 25 total rebounds. So they've taken 10 more shots than the Friars have. Friars have more field goals than Seton Hall, 15 to 14. But Seton Hall keeps getting extra possessions where they're hitting the offensive glass.
That's what's killing them. Rebounding overall, 25-19. Seton Hall with the edge. They've got the basketball, leading it here 40-37, 15:57 to go in the second half from the Prudential Center in downtown Newark.
Friars have to get Jaden Pierre and Corey Floyd to get on the board here. Neither one of them has scored in this ball game.
That is an issue. Dylan Adewusu with the ball into the fourth. Basket to our right against Floyd. Bounces right for Isaiah Coleman. Coleman, high post for Bediako. Couple of dribbles to the left on Oduro. Now lobs it back up front for Dawes. Dawes works around Carter, uses the screen, backs it out, cuts to the left, behind the dribble, kicks it out to Coleman, fakes, drives, throws up the runner, scores.
Good move there by Coleman. As Galway tried to go out and close out on the jump shot, but he faked him and got to the basket with a little finger roll.
11-7 the edge here in the second half. The start for Seton Hall, and they go back up by 5 at 42-37. This is their largest lead of the ball game. Right side for Duval, high post for Oduro, comes left for Floyd, comes off the screen, curls to the right, passes back to left wing. Carter fakes, steps to the left, fakes the three again, up top for Floyd. 4 to shoot, 3 to shoot, drives left with 2, with 1, travels.
I see the three-point shot has got these guys all baffled up. I mean, Carter makes a nice pump fake move, but took his time on the second shot. The defender, Coleman, got back to him in time. If Carter pump fakes and goes to the basket on that one, he probably gets a dunk.
That is 13 turnovers for the Friars in this game, and that is exactly not what they're looking for. Dawes goes left for Coleman, hands back off to Dawes out on the perimeter. Alley-oop to Coleman, who has to go up high, gets it, pulls it back, underhands the ball to Davis in the post. He spins to the left with the right hand off the rim, no. And a foul is called. And Bediako and Oduro look at each other, shall we say, grimly. Foul is called on Duval, by the way, down under the basket. First foul on Garway. First foul on the Friars here in the second half.
It's a tough game to watch.
Yeah, very little flow to it. It's going to be a 2-shot shooting foul here for Dre Davis. But Davis at the foul line hits.
This is a game Seton Hall needed to do. They like to muck it up. They want to make it a grind, rugby-type game, and they're getting the calls as Bediako comes out, and his replacement is bigger than he is.
Yep, Elijah Hutchins-Everett. Davis on the season, 77% from the line. He's got 10 points since his 10th straight game to hit double figures for Seton Hall. And the second one bounces and stays. So Seton Hall now has outscored the Friars 10-1 from the free throw line. That's the difference in this game. They lead by 7.
Friars need to score here. I got to get into their offense a little bit quicker. They're getting the shot clock down. They have 3 shot clock violations in this game.
Carter on the right sideline, tries to shake off Coleman. Steps back, thought he had the 3, gives it to Pierre. Pierre moves to the left, finds Floyd out front. Floyd now comes to the right off of the screen, curls around the foul line, picked up and stolen. Dawes picks it up. Dawes goes down the lane, puts it up with the left hand and scores. 9 points in the half for Alamir Dawes, and Kim English calls a timeout.
Well, Dawes has stepped up here in the second half. I'll tell you what, he struggled shooting the ball in the first half, 2 for 13, but he's been a monster so far here in the second half.
He's been the difference maker. And Seton Hall with their largest lead at 46-37. Timeout on the floor from Learfield. This is Providence Friar basketball. Milton Cat, your Caterpillar equipment dealer for the Northeast, is a proud sponsor of Providence College athletics. Joe, you just called it. Since the Friars had a 7-point lead with 2 minutes and change to go in the first half, Seton Hall has outscored them 23-7.
Yep, it was started at 23. Now it's 46-37. That's a big run, and give Seton Hall credit. I mean, they've grinding it out, physical, getting after the Friars, getting all over the backboards, rebounding, getting second shot opportunities, and doing a good job defensively. I mean, the Friars have had a couple of shot clock violations, and they've had too many turnovers. You can't turn the ball over like this. The Friars have 14 turnovers in the ball game. The Friars, in the last 5 games, have done a pretty good job taking care of the ball. They've had under 10 a couple of those ball games, but 14 already with 14 minutes to go here in the second half. It's just too many. Seton Hall only has 7 turnovers. Seton Hall has scored 21 points off those Friar turnovers. The Friars have 5 points off Seton Hall's 7 turnovers. So you look at those numbers. I mean, those are just tough numbers to overcome. You can't keep turning the ball over, and you got to get on the backboards.
Friars will have the basketball here, but trailing the largest margin of the game by 9 here, but there's still a ton of time with 14:06 to go on the clock. Pierre brings it into the forecourt up the right sideline. Rich Barron is checked into the game. Now for Carter up high. Carter looks for the throw down low. Drives around Wusu, gets into the lane, turns around, leans in, jumper up and in.
Good move there by Carter. Nobody can guard him. Yeah, Wusu's a good defensive player, but he can't guard Carter.
Stopped 6-0 Seton Hall run. Providence back within 7. Now to left wing for Wusu on the sideline. Barron's guarding Wusu. High post for Hutchins. Everett. Now Hutchins, Everett, 2 dribbles, 3 dribbles out the outside. Ball is knocked away, intended for Dawes. Picked up there by Davis. Davis drives, lays it up short, got fouled. On his drive to the hoop, Dre Davis got knocked to the floor by Ticket Gaines, who picks up his 2nd foul. That's 2 on the Friars here in the half.
Davis is very crafty out there. The senior is good on the offensive end. You got to respect the 3 on him. You know, he'll take it, but he'd rather get to the basket. He likes to go right every time, and he gets his body in front of you. He's got a big lower body. He gets by people, and he outweighs Gaines by probably 30 pounds, and he's able to get in there and get to the glass, and he's a good free throw shooter.
Hits the first one. He's 3 of 3. Has 12 points tonight. Had 21 points and 9 rebounds in the triple overtime loss here Saturday to Creighton. One more try for the Louisville transfer is on the way and good. So that gives him 13 for the game. And the margin from the foul line continues to grow. Seton Hall 12 of 13. The Friars 1 for 1. I just don't know how that happens in a major college basketball game. Here's Pierre, comes off a screen to the right side, drives around Dawes, back out front for Carter. Carter feeds the post, and Hutchins is called for a foul going over the top of Rafael Castro.
Wow. It's shocking when those things have been going on the whole ball game. That might have been a good play by Hutchinson. I mean, he got side front on that one and had his hand on the ball. He's shocked he's getting called for a foul.
First foul on Everett, 3rd on Seton Hall in the half. Inbounds to Carter, left corner. He throws the pass underneath to Pierre, who dumps it off for Castro. Castro banks it up and scores.
Good pass there by Pierre. Castro was able to finish it off. Friars have to play some defense now. They need to get a couple of stops.
First basket for Rafael Castro makes it 48-41. We're 7 minutes deep into the half, 13 minutes to go here in New Jersey. Dylan Adewusu walks it into the forecourt to our right, takes the dribble, hands off for Coleman on the left wing. Isaiah Coleman now out between the Turkers, picked up there by Carter. Has the dribble, wants to take him off the dribble. Now passes left wing again for Wusu. Wusu looks for a screen. Barron stays right there. 6 to shoot, goes low to the floor, spins, gets in the lane, out to Coleman. Coleman lost the dribble and double dribbled. He went up with it and then came down with it, tried to get rid of it, but got called.
That's because of Carter. Carter flows out on him and went to block the shot, and he had to do something with it, so he had to let it go. He didn't want to get the shot blocked, so he let it go and picks up the turnover.
All right, so you force a turnover. Now let's see if you can cash in on the other end. Tons of time left. You're just got to take it one step at a time. Pierre into the forecourt with it, keeps it low. Dawes picks him up. Now screen is set by Ticket, comes to the right side. 2 follow Pierre that way. Here's Barron's going to go up for a deep 3. That one's short, and Everett grabs the rebound. Dawes controls into the forecourt across the mid-floor line, picked up by Pierre on the left side. Now the screen set by Tubeck, who's into the game. He steps back for another 3 and buries it.
How about Dawes?
He is on fire.
I'll tell you what, man, that guy, he didn't shoot it well in the first half, but he didn't let that discourage himself. I mean, he's shooting lights out here in the second half.
12 and a half, 20 in the game for Al Amir Dawes. Pierre drives right, throws it up, got it blocked out of bounds, and Lamar Simpson called a foul. And it's called on Hutchins Everett.
Yeah, there's another shocking call.
We got a timeout on the floor with 11:49 to go. Hutchins Everett picks up his second, 4 on Seton Hall as a team. But the Friars are down 10 because Alamir Dawes has decided to turn on the Jets here in the second half. More coming up from Learfield. This is Providence Friar basketball. For water, fire, or mold damage, call Rhode Island Restoration, 401-414-1111. Rhode Island's top choice for property damage cleanup and repair. Emergency service available 24/7. We call for some emergency service on Alamir Dawes.
He was 2 for 11 in the first half, John. He's 5 for 5 here in the second half. 2 of those are 3-pointers, and he has 20 points. And he has stepped up his game with the starter being out. The main guy for these guys has been Kadari Richmond in street clothes, and Dawes has picked up the slack, making threes. And, you know, when you look at his stats, that's the thing that he does very well. You know, before the game here, he's taken, let's see, 3-pointers for Alamir Dawes. He's taken 123s coming into this game. The closest guy was Dewusu with 63. So he's almost doubled up everybody else on the team. The Friars wanted to take away that 3-point shot, which they did in the first half. Made him take 2s. He was having a tough time making them. Now when the shooter gets in a rhythm like he's in right now, he's 5 for 5. He thinks he can make everything. It's going to be a tough matchup for the Friars. Have to probably put Carter on him for a while.
But Jaden Pierre gets to go to the free throw line after the foul is called on Hutchins Everett. And Jaden scores his first point of the night with 11:49 to go in the second half from the free throw line. 82% with the line of the season, averaging 9.3 points per game.
The Friars have to knock these free throws down. They've only taken 2 in the ball game. They're 2 for 2. And then get back and get some defensive stops.
11 more attempts and 10 more makes by Seton Hall. 9 more makes as Pierre hits both. And Providence down 8 with 11:49 to go. They're going to put some pressure on Seton Hall in the backcourt. Alamir Dawes has the dribble, and he's got Devin Carter guarding him now. They got to figure out a way to slow this guy down and make somebody else beat him.
Well, yeah, Wusu was 0 for 8, so you got to make him take some shots.
Wusu has it. Rich Barron slipped. They find Everett at the top of the key with it. Now Everett dribbles outside the 3-point stripe and a whistle, and Carter called for a grab on Dawes. That's the first foul of the game on Devin Carter, 3rd on the Friars in the half.
Devin Carter tried to beat Dawes to the spot, says the official. He pushed me off on that one. I agree with Devin because he's very quick with his feet to get to spots, that's for sure.
Seton Hall will inbound it near their bench on the right sideline. 20 on the shot clock. Wusu looks for the inbounds lob, bounces out for Dawes. Dawes uses his screen, rolls to the left, now cuts back to the right. Tubeck gets off a 3 from the top of the key, no good. Rebound taken by Pierre, high for the ball.
Good rebound by Pierre right there. They're big guys.
Jaden Pierre looking for someone to pass to. Finds Carter. Launches the three. Short. Long rebound taken by Dawes. Now Dawes pushes into the forecourt right for Wusu. Wusu picked up by Barron. Crosses over. Penetrates into the lane. Backs it out again. Goes up at 17-footer. Off the rim. No good. Rebound for Gaines.
Well, missing some shots now. Friars have to take advantage. Stop making some.
And Pierre handles up the sideline on the right side. Double team follows him over there. Castro sets the screen, spins out of that. Gaines, top of the key, spins on Coleman. Now finds Pierre. Catch and shoot three. Yes.
Hey, you need to get Pierre a couple of shots from three-point range.
Pierre gets his first basket. He's got 5 points in the game, and the Friars have pulled back within 5. 10:33 to go. Dawes, low dribble into the forecourt. Out between the circles, high screen, goes to the left, keeps the dribble going, now cuts back to the right, around the yard, gets dribble penetration, lays it up, scores.
All right, nice move by Dawes. Castro's got to show a little bit better on that one. He's got to get up the lane there.
14 and a half, 22 for the game for Al-Amir Dawes.
6 for 6 here in the second half.
Got to find a way to slow him down. Here is Pierre, double teamed on the left side, goes cross court. Barron, wide open three. Off the iron, no. And a rebound for Coleman.
That's the shots you got to make to get back in this one.
Yep.
Good look, though. That was a good pass. Good look. Barron usually makes that shot.
7-point game, 9:49 on the clock. Coleman to the right side for Everett. Everett goes backdoor for Coleman, goes up against Ticket, who blocked it, and Castro snatches it away.
Good defense there by Ticket to block that shot. It looked like he had a layup.
Friars need to score. Carter finds Castro, who goes down the lane. He got stripped and fouled by Wusu. Castro's going to go to the line.
Good pass by Devin Carter. The guys are all converging on him. The guy's going to be wide open. Finds his teammate Castro was able to catch that one and go up strong. Now he needs to make some free throws.
First foul of the game on Wusu. And Castro is only a 41% free throw shooter.
I told him today, I said, why don't you try to take 2 dribbles when you get the ball the first time you go? When he gets it seems this year, he gets the first free throw and he feels like, I can't make this. I'll just throw it up off the glass, hope it comes close. And that one there, you see, he took a deep breath, took his time. He usually makes the second one, so probably missed the second one this time as he made the first one.
Sanders and Davis back in for Seton Hall. Corey Floyd back in for the Friars, and Oduro now getting ready to come back in. There's 2 dribbles. And Castro shoots and scores.
Yeah, big fella. He listens.
Way to go, Coach Hassett.
He hasn't made 2 free throws in a row all year. Got to spend some more time with the big guy.
He's got 4 in the game. Friars again pulled back within 5 with 9:33 to go. Oduro back into the post for Rafael Castro. Pressure in the backcourt, away from the ball. Davis inbounds in the backcourt to Malachi Brown. Brown will bring it up against Corey Floyd. Across the midcourt line, leaves it for Davis. Davis drives, hands off for Sanders. Now back to Brown. Brown curls to the right. Gets penetration down the lane. Double team. Backdoor pass. Blocked. Everett. Blocked by Oduro. A held ball, and Providence gets it.
Good job there. Good pass by Malachi Brown. A little reverse left-handed pass there, the young freshman. But good job by Oduro anticipating that shot. Gets the jump ball, block shot. Friars get the ball.
Oduro gets the block. Friars get the possession, trailing by 5. 9:14 to go. Pierre has it in the backcourt and clears it up against Brown. Now Jaden takes the dribble to the right side. Stops short of the three-point stripe. Gets back to the left. He finds Oduro at the foul line. It goes right around Dawes and lays it up and in.
Yeah, they want to jump the big guy out. Oduro's got to catch the ball and go to the basket. Good pass right there by Pierre. It's a 3-point game.
8 for Oduro. Providence back within 3. 53-50. Dawes just outside the mid-floor circle. Hands off for Davis. Davis hands off to Sanders. Sanders between the circles, back for Dawes. Now Dawes drives to the right in front of his bench, cuts back to the left, working hard down the lane, throws it up wildly, and it goes in off the glass.
7 for 7 in the second half. I mean, that's ridiculous. That shot there was good defense.
He
just in the
banked
zone.
it in off balance. My goodness. Pierre, left corner. Corey for 3. Cannot find the range. Barron with the offensive rebound. Barron goes back into the lane. Stops, leans in, dumps it off. Oduro fakes, goes up, got hacked in the act.
Good job by Barron. That was a great rebound in traffic there and showing the patience, the young freshman there in the lane, waiting for Oduro to free himself up. Little lob pass into him. Oduro gets to go to the line for 2.
Hutchins Everett picks up his 3rd personal. And that is 6 on Seton Hall here in the half. Gonna put Josh Oduro at the line shooting, too. His first free throws of the night. Wow, Alamir Dawes 7 for 7 from the floor here in the half. Oduro at the free throw line. Good.
And that last shot by Dawes, I mean, that was good defense. He just flew it up, and he was trying to draw a foul. He threw it up off the glass, and it still went in.
Floyd comes out. Carter got a brief rest and comes right back in. Oduro on the season, 79% from the foul line. Wusu back in for Seton Hall, replacing Malachi Brown.
Malachi Brown's got a nice little game, that freshman. He wouldn't get to play in this game if Richmond was around, but I think he's going to be a good player.
Oduro, one more try at the line. It is on the way. Bounces, comes out. And a whistle. And a lane violation on Seton Hall.
Bediako, I think, moved in the lane.
Well, somebody did. I think he said Davis did, but nevertheless. Oduro's going to get a second try at that second free throw. Here's a gift that you got to cash in on.
It's like the old days in the NBA, 3 for 2. Right. 3 shots to make 2.
So officially, Oduro's second shot is good. He makes him pay on the lane violation.
Doesn't get credit with a miss.
And it's 55-52. 8-12 on the clock. A ton of time left.
All right, Carter's got to get on Dawes now and try to shut him down. He's 7 for 7. He's due to miss a shot, but Carter's got to get after him here.
Dawes works low. Wusu out front now for Davis. Goes left for Sanders. Sanders has Pierre guarding him. Leaves it off for Dawes. Dawes has Carter right in front of him. Bediako sets the screen. Dawes rolls to the right on the floor. Picked up. Stolen Carter.
That's that guy. The Carter flew, baby. He gets on you. He might shut you down in a minute.
Pierre for 3. Off the rim, no. Oduro rebounds. Tries to go back 1-on-4. Lays it up and doesn't get it to go. But he draws the foul on Bediako.
Good job by Oduro. Giving Bediako a little bit of his own medicine right there with the offensive rebound. It takes it up strong. Gets himself to the line for 2.
Second foul on Bediako. 7th team foul on Seton Hall. And we got a timeout on the floor. 7:39 to play, and we got a game. 55-52. Seton Hall by 3 from Learfield. This is Providence Friar basketball.
Seton Hall shots. Drive the ball.
Is now the official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of the Providence Friars. Whether you're is now the official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of the Providence Friars. Whether you're buying or selling basketball tickets, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek, so Friar fans can fan.
Well, you look at the second half stats for Seton Hall here, John. They're 9 for 13 from the floor at 69%, 2 of 3 from three-point range. But it's been all of Alamir Dawes. He's 7 for 7, so 7 of the 9 field goals are all his. That's why they're shooting that 69% clip. Friars 7 for 15 at 46% here in the second half. Friars still shooting 47% for the ball game at 19 for 40, and 7 for 19 from three-point range. So the Friars are knocking down some threes at a good clip at 37%. But you think about the way Seton Hall is shooting the ball here in the second half and the way Dawes has just been lighting it up out there. 2 free throws by Oduro right here, and it'll be a 1-point game. So the Friar team has hung in there They're starting to get some offensive rebounds of their own. Still getting out rebounded 28-24, but they've cut down on the turnovers. They had 14 turnovers with 14 minutes to go here in the second half, and they haven't had one since, and they're turning those into scores.
Josh Oduro will get to go to the free throw line here to shoot 2 and try to pull his team back within 1 with 7:39 to go on the clock. Seton Hall had a 10-point lead, 51-41. Friars have outscored them 11-4. In the last, minute and 10 seconds. Oduro's free throw is good with one more coming. Friars trying to keep pace with the Pirates at the free throw line.
Friars are perfect. 8 for 8.
Knock on wood, reverse whammy.
Yeah, I'm glad you did that because I was about to say it. But when you do it, it seems to work.
Oduro's second shot. Got it.
1-point game.
He's got 8 points in the half, 12 for the game for Josh Oduro. And J.O. has pulled the Friars back within 1 at 55-54. Owusu has the ball in the forecourt for Seton Hall to our right. Rich Barron picks him up. Crosses over, penetrates, goes down into the block, muscles his way down, turns around, kicks the ball back outside. Stolen by Gaines. Ticket, put his long arms in there.
Oh, what a pass.
Passes the floor and up the floor, knocked out of the hands of Barron, and a great recovery by Owusu to save a layup.
Well, great. You're right, Don. Owusu getting back there. He turned it over but didn't quit on the play and got back in time. Barron's got to finish that off, though. You know he's coming. You got to protect the ball in that one and lay it up.
Friars will keep it, looking to retake the lead for the first time here in the second half. Inbounds from the right side of the baseline, Pierre. Inbounds to Barron in the left block. Sanders playing behind him, wants to post him up, goes up, lays it up, short, can't get it. Bediako had it and then fouled by Barron from behind.
Well, he wanted to get it to Barron on that play. Man, this stage of the game, I got to get that ball to Carter under there.
Yep.
Barron just blew a layup. He got knocked out of bounds there. He's a freshman. He had some good minutes, but it's a tough play to call up on a
First foul on Barron, 4th on the Friars. Seton Hall has it. Wusu drives to the right, goes deep, gives it inside. Bediako missed the stuff, got his own rebound, stolen by Carter, pushes up the floor with a bounce pass to Pierre, and Jaden jams it. Friars retake the lead.
Good defense by Carter again. The guy is all over the place there, picking it up. Good defense by Oduro on the stop.
6:42 to play. Providence back up by 1. Davis to Sanders, pushes right. Wusu in front of his bench. Barron's there defensively. Wants to go off the dribble again. Crosses to the right. Gets down low. Crosses over. Blocked by Oduro. Back out to Wusu. Now Davis will try it. Goes inside. Blocked again by Oduro, who saves it on the baseline. Tremendous defense.
Oduro doing a great job in the back of that defense, blocking shots and getting steals.
Now for Carter around the screen. Drives on Davis. Lays it up high off the
Count
glass.
it.
And they score.
Better get a timeout.
Holy moly.
Seton Hall better get a timeout.
14 for Carter. Into the forecourt. Dawes and a timeout, Seton Hall.
What a fight back by this Friar team, down 51-41. They've taken the lead here in the ball game, playing great defense. Oduro's been blocking shots in the back of that defense. The Friars will be getting out on the break.
A 12-2 run for the last 3 minutes and 25 seconds for the Friars, including 8 on average. 2 minutes has them in the lead, 58-55. 30-second timeout here for Seton Hall.
Well, Friars have to continue that good D. Look for Seton Hall now to go to Dawes, Alamir Dawes, but he has Carter on him. But the guy they probably want to go to now is that other veteran they have, Dre Davis. He's been kind of silent here in the second half. Look for them to go. They tried to do Diawusu against young freshman Rich Barron, but Barron's done a good job defensively, staying position in there. And Oduro's back there plugging up the lane, switched a couple of times, blocked 2 shots, and covered up the defensive penetration on the defensive end. So good job by Oduro in the back of that defense.
Seton Hall has not scored, Joe, in the last 2 minutes and 29 seconds.
Well, when you think about it, Dawes has been the only guy who's really the factor. They have 9 field goals in the second half here, John. Seton Hall. Dawes has 7 of them. He's 7 for 7. So the rest of the guys haven't been involved too much in scoring the ball. Diawusu is struggling out there. He's 0 for 9 from the floor, 0 for 2 from 3. And they're trying to get him on the board there. Fry's doing a pretty good job defensively on him. Barron's done a nice job.
Pirates inbound to Wusu, 22 to shoot.
Look for Trey Davis to get the ball here.
Yep. Coleman dumps it off to Wusu on the left sideline. Bediako sets the screen, cuts to the right, finds Dawes off the screen, catch and shoot three. No, he missed one. Long rebound, chase down, and Seton Hall keeps it alive. Wusu, top of the key. Davis, left corner for Coleman. A whistle.
And foul on Oduro.
Yep. Oduro called for a hold.
Trying to get in front of the big fella there, Bediako, which is tough to do.
That is 3 on Oduro. That is 5 on the Friars in the half. So Seton Hall will get it with 20 on the shot clock.
Another offensive rebound for Seton Hall, too, John. That's 15 offensive rebounds they have.
Inbounds to Dawes, left corner, doesn't get the shot off over Carter, pulls the dribble out on the perimeter. Now Dawes tries to shake off Carter, moves to the left, fires the three. No, missed it. Pierre with a rebound.
Carter's cooled off Dawes, man. He always had a hand in his face.
Here's Pierre, penetration down the lane, kicks it out to Barron, doesn't get the shot off. He'll feed Oduro in the post. Josh spins and reverse stuffs it over Bediako.
Woo, man.
Oh, my goodness.
What a move by Oduro right there.
What a play by J.O. with a reverse spin and a slam over Bediako.
Doing it at both ends, defensively and offensively.
Wusu, high screen, out of Coleman right in front of his bench. He stops. He'll feed Bediako up high now for Wusu out of the center circle. Wusu crosses over, gets to the left, cuts back to the right, steps back, deep three, no. Rebound, Pierre has it for the Friars.
Good job there. That's Wusu's over 10. You want him taking shots from out there right now.
We're under 5 minutes to play, and the Friars lead 60-55. What a comeback by Providence. A 14-2 run. Here's Carter around Coleman, flips it up over his head. It won't go in.
Foul.
He got knocked to the floor, and there was no call again. Here's Coleman driving to the right, spins to the left, throws up the off-balance runner around the rim. It goes out. He gets his own rebound, and Coleman puts it back in.
I mean, how's that not a foul on Carter going to the basket? That's unbelievable. Friars, though, give up another offensive rebound. That's 16 offensive rebounds for Seton Hall in this game, and they finished that one off.
Well, that stops a 10-0 Friar run on that Coleman rebound and putback. And the referee, Lamar Simpson, goes over to halt play momentarily because Rich
Barron has some blood on him.
Yeah, and he was choked. Or he was coughing and he couldn't catch his breath. It happened. So they stopped the clock and allow Rich to go to the bench.
Well, he got hit in the throat, I guess, on that rebound.
I think you're right. I think it's exactly what happened. He must have got hit in the throat. Corey Floyd will come into the game to replace him. Friars have it. 26 to shoot, 4:14 to play, and they lead 60-57. Lead has been cut to 3. And the Pirates, they look like they're going zone. Not yet. Right side. Floyd in the right corner on Coleman. Backs it out on the perimeter. Feeds in the corner. Goes out of bounds. And a foul is called on Seton Hall.
I mean, Bediako just mauled Oduro again. How come he don't get a tech? What's he doing over here? What's that? What's that? Yo, you teched him. You teched him. I mean, you got Shaheen Holloway at the Seton Hall signed at the midcourt. You didn't tech him.
Foul is called on Bediako, who picks up his 3rd. That's the 8th on the Pirates. So it's a 1-1 here for Josh Oduro.
It was good for the geese. It's good for the gander, right?
So Oduro to the line to shoot a 1-1. He's got 10 and a half, 14 for the game. Make it 15.
Oduro's playing good basketball right here. You know, last Seton Hall game, he got hurt in that game too, and Hopkins got hurt. He turned his ankles. He didn't have any lift on his ankles off his legs. He's finally 100% healthy now, and he's showing what he can do when he's back 100%. He's doing a terrific job so far.
One more for Oduro at the free throw line. It is on the way, and he got it to go. Tremendous second half for J.O. He's got 12 of his 16 in the half, and the Friars are up 5, and we're under 4 minutes to play. Dylan Adewusu into the forecourt with it. He's guarded by Corey Floyd. Now passes to the right side for Coleman. Coleman, 2 dribbles, bounces for Dawes. There's Carter waiting for him. Dawes looks for a screen. Not sure what to do. Now penetrates left, steps back, 16-footer up. It's short. Rebound Providence. Foul on the floor. They're going to get Oduro.
Oduro for his 4th.
Yep. It's on Josh Oduro. That's number 4 with 3:36 to go. And we got a timeout. Providence 62, Seton Hall 57. Ooh. Crunch time is here. We'll have it coming up. Learfield. This is Providence basketball. Joe Hassett at Newark, New Jersey's Prudential Center. 3:36 left on the second half clock. Friars have come from 10 points down in this game to take now a 5-point lead. It's 62-57. And getting it done, Joe, because opportunistic on offense. They're finally getting to the
two, John, for this Friar team at crunch time. Need to play the good defense here, though. 3:36 to go, up 5. Need to get another stop here. Josh Odoro has the 4 fouls. And the way they're going at it inside, it's very likely he could get that 5th one. So he's got to be careful in there. He can't get a cheap one in here. He's got to make sure he keeps Bediako off the glass.
So Odoro is staying in the game with 4 fouls and 3:36 to go.
Look at Seton Hall has 18 offensive rebounds out of their 34.
That's insane.
I mean, they've taken 59 shots. Friars 45 shots. Got 14 more shots at the basket.
That was the 16th foul, so Seton Hall will have to inbound it here. Wusu from the baseline lobs it out to Dawes. Dawes has Carter right there. He'll drive on Carter, backs it out again, hands off for Coleman. Touch to the right. Now they weave to Wusu. High post for Dre Davis.
He goes right.
Takes it low, drives to the right, steps to the double team, fouled on the floor.
They know he's going right. He never goes left. He always comes back to the right, and the Friars weren't able to get on that right hand. And they're going to put Dre Davis on the line. What's it, 1-1 now?
Foul is called on Pierre, his second, team 7th. So Dre Davis, who has not missed tonight, he's 4 for 4, 77% foul shooter on the season. We'll go to the line here for the 1-1 on the 17th foul. Seton Hall from the foul line tonight, 12 for 13.
That was a point of emphasis, too. When Dre Davis gets the ball, he wants to go right.
He hits the first one.
You got to take away that right hand.
It gives Davis 14 points, 7 in each half. He's also hit 5 of 5 from the foul line. Second shot for Davis is on the way, and got it. And Rich Barron comes into the game replacing Corey Floyd. And the Pirates are back within 3 at 62-59, 3:24 to go. Barron can run the baseline. Some pressure in the backcourt here for Seton Hall. He gets the ball immediately to Jaden Pierre.
There's a press coming in, so you've got to recognize that.
But Pierre stops. Now he hesitates. He comes into the forecourt, crossing the mid-floor line as Seton Hall calls off the defensive pressure.
Looks like Seton Hall's going to zone.
Pierre brings it left. Looks like a 2-3 extending. Right side, Barron gets off the 3. Come on, back it. No, he doesn't get it. Coleman with a rebound.
Well, they saw the zone coming up, so they put Barron in right away to see if he could get a look.
Here's Dawes quickly into the forecourt toward his bench. Now goes back inside on Carter. Goes to the floor, lost it. Ball squirts free. Picked up by Bediako. Stolen. Gaines came up with the ball on the baseline.
Oh, great block by Odoro. He got back there, took a chance, was able to block the shot by Bediako. Tries to get the loose ball.
Ticket picked up the loose ball. That was opportunistic. Clock now at 2:36. Friars with the ball on a 3-point lead.
Need to score here.
Absolutely. Pierre up high. Odoro goes right for Carter. Steps back on Dawes. 3-pointer up. Off the rim. It won't go. Rebound loose on the floor. And Bediako and Wusu chase it down. Now Coleman controls for Seton Hall. Leaves it off for Wusu up high. Now he's between the circles with it. Guarded by Pierre. Slow dribble. Begins to the right side. High post pass for Bediako. Turns, leaves it back there for Wusu toward the left sideline. Now Wusu pulls it out, 9 to shoot. Feeds Davis on the left sideline. Davis Holds it low.
Going right.
Going right on ticket. Turns around. Step back jumper. No good. Misses everything. Shot clock goes off. Violation.
Good job on the defense. Took away the right hand. Davis goes back left. He's not comfortable. He airballs it.
Kim English will bring Corey Floyd in, replacing Rich Barron. 1:53 left to play.
Need a score here. Both teams locking up on defense the last few possessions.
Seton Hall has only hit one of their last 11, and Carter has to call a timeout because he can't get the ball inbound.
Floyd, he should have passed it to him. Floyd was open, but he didn't want to chance that pass.
So the timeout called by Devin Carter with 1:53 to go. And the Friars will have one timeout remaining. Seton Hall has two timeouts remaining. Both teams are in the 1-1.
Big possession right here. Friars need to get a good look. They've had a couple of possessions here where they've taken some tough shots. You had Barron throwing a deep three-pointer, almost banked it in. And then Carter with a step-back three. I'd like to see them get something with Oduro, screen Oduro, let Oduro roll, get something going to the basket where you get yourself on the foul line. Oduro's been very effective against Bediako in the paint. So when you get those high screens and Bediako jumps out on the screen, John, they double-team the ball, then Oduro rolls. That's when you get Oduro the ball where he can get to the basket and score, maybe get fouled too. You don't want to settle for those threes. You're wide open, fine. They took two contested threes there. And at this point in the ball game, you got to value the possessions a little bit better. See if you get something going to the basket.
Friars have won the last two times they played in this building. Can they make it three in a row? They've got 1:53 seconds to find out.
Oh, man, give him the ball.
Floyd will inbound it now. Carter cuts to the ball with Dawes on top of him right in front of the Seton Hall bench. Devin controls it in the backcourt, goes through the double team and into the forecourt. Leaves it off for Pierre in the mid-floor circuit. And Kim English said, let's run the offense. Already down to 12 on the shot clock. Carter comes out to grab it. Now Carter uses his screen, fires a three, off the back iron, long rebound, tipped out to Pierre.
Hold it up now, use some clock, and do 20 on the shot clock. And get this down to a minute almost. Pierre get a score here.
Dribbles out near the mid-floor line. Lusu's there to defend.
Yeah, I like this play right here. Ted Oduro set the screen.
Sets the screen, looking for the pick and roll off to the right wing. Carter cuts to the foul line with three, with two. 17-footer up, off the rim, no good. And a rebound taken by Wusu.
That was a good look, though. Carter had a good look. He usually makes that shot.
Here's Dawes into the fourth quarter as we go under a minute to play. And the Friars nursing a three-point lead. Dawes picked up now by Ticket. Carter is there. Wusu, a deep three. Short rebound on the floor. Pierre has it for the Friars. He's into the forecourt now.
They don't have to foul Seton Hall. They can play this out.
Sure they can. Friars got a score. And Kim English calls a timeout.
No, they called a foul on
Dawes.
Dawes.
They did. Dawes called for a hold. Dawes called for a hold to put the Friars at the line, shooting a 1-1 with 41.7 on the clock.
Well, I think Holloway called him the foul on that. I mean, you put Pierre on the line at 80%. He wanted to foul him. I guess he wants to extend the game a little bit more. Didn't want the Friars to take the clock all the way down and try to turn it into a free throw shooting contest here. Friars have to make free throws.
Here's your chance.
1-1.
Pierre, 82%, 2 for 2, and now 3 for 3.
Pierre having a good second half here, too. Doing a nice job getting involved offensively.
8 points here in the second half. And Jaden Pierre, second shot of the line, is on the way. Got it!
I got to play good D. You got to know where Dawes is. And got Carter on him.
64-59. 5-point lead, 36 seconds left. Dawes leaves it for Wusu. Back to Dawes near the floor circuit. Now bouncing pass inside, drive by him. Coleman lays it in for the left side, and good.
Wow.
And timeout, Seton Hall.
What a shot by Coleman. That's a tough shot right there. He's going to his offhand in traffic. Was able to put it up off the glass and knock it in.
6.5 for the freshman Coleman. He's got 11 points for the game. Again, getting the start for the injured Kadari Richmond. And it's 64-61. Providence's lead is 3 with 30.1 on the clock. The Friars don't have to shoot the ball, but I think you can anticipate a foul coming if Seton Hall doesn't get a three.
They already fouled with 47 seconds ago. They're definitely fouling now. So they have to foul in this situation. So look for Seton Hall full court pressure, try to deny the ball inbounds, maybe get a 5-second count or get a steal. If that doesn't happen, they'll foul right away. I'm sure they're looking at who the Friars have on the floor, who they would like to foul. But in this situation, Holloway wants to foul right away if he doesn't get the steal and put it into a free throw shooting contest.
So this already 9 fouls for Seton Hall. So the next foul, Joe, is going to be 10. Thank you, Paul Traeger. So it won't be a 1-and-1. It'll be a 2-shot foul. That takes off pressure.
Well, the pressure now is to get the ball inbounds. You got to get the ball inbounds here. Only one timeout for the Friars, so Floyd has to find the open man and get it to him right away.
Full court pressure. Coleman is in Floyd's face.
Floyd can run the baseline after a made basket.
Yep. 30.1 left. Friars lead it 64-61. Floyd gets the ball, runs the baseline to the far side, bounces to Pierre, jump pass to Floyd, and then Floyd gets wrapped up immediately by Wusu.
Kim English wanted Floyd to pass that right away, keep the clock moving and not get fouled if he could, get it over to Carter.
So Wusu picks up his second foul, but that is 10 now on Seton Hall. So it's 2 shots for Coy Floyd, who has not scored tonight, has not gone to the foul line. He's 64% from the line on the season, and he bounces that one no good. He's got one more coming. Floyd has struggled from the floor, from the line, from 3, all season long.
Knock this one down,
but he needs to knock one down to make it a 2-possession game.
All they're doing is icing the shooter here by
Matt Potter comes over to try to separate Bediako and Oduro again.
Well, Oduro wanted to go against Davis and we got a mismatch on the rebound.
So Floyd has one more try at the line. He lets it fly, and he gets it. Makes it a 4-point game, 27 seconds left. Inbounds to Dawes. Dawes streaks into the forecourt, up the middle, angles to the right, crosses over, goes right to the rim, scoops it up, missed it, but got fouled.
By who?
21.7 left. Ticket Gaines commits the foul under the basket.
That official that gave Tim the technical, he just made that one up. I mean, Dawes just went flying in there hoping to get a whistle. Pretty good defense. Both guys were challenging at the rim.
So 2 shots for Alamir Dawes, who's at 4 of 4 from the line of the ball game.
Great
and
foul
a 92% free throw shooter on the year.
Good job by Dawes, though, to get to the basket there and make sure he gets a foul because he's going to put him on the line, make it a 2-point game.
Buries the first one. He had his first 7 shots from the floor in the second half. He's 5 of 5 from the foul line for the ball game. Second shot for Dawes to try to make it a 1-possession game is on the way, and he got it. He's got 25 points, matching his season high. Friars lead by 2. Looking for the inbounds against pressure. And then, what's the call?
Timeout.
Timeout, Tim English. So the Friars will utilize their final timeout with 21.7 on the clock. They lead the Pirates 65-63. All right, Coach, what are we calling?
Well, they got to get the ball they're trying to get the ball to Jaden Pierre, which they did get it in there, but Kim called that timeout right there, set it up again, get it to Jaden Pierre or Devin Carter here. You want to get those guys the ball because Seton Hall has to foul. 21.7 seconds to go. They're down 2. They're going to try it again. Get same scenario here. They want to try to get a steal, maybe a 5-second count. As soon as the ball comes in, they're going to foul. Put the Friars on the foul line. Friars are going to have to make free throws. So what Kim English wants to do is a timeout. He says, okay, we want to set something up to make sure we get it to our best free throw shooter. In this situation would be Jaden Pierre. And he's the guy who can get open the best because he has the best quickness out there. So the defense for Seton Hall is thinking, okay, well, let me face guard Jaden Pierre, try to get the ball to somebody else that we can foul, mainly Corey Floyd. Seton Hall would love to have Corey Floyd get the ball because he's the worst foul shooter on the floor right now. He just made 1 for 2, but you want to get somebody else to shoot these free throws other than Jaden Pierre.
Well, that miss by Floyd a couple of moments ago was the first miss of the night at the line for the Friars. They're 14 of 15 from the free throw line. Seton Hall is 16 of 17.
Both teams getting it done on the foul line for sure.
Well, you can anticipate free throws coming here very, very shortly. For the Friar 5, Oduro with 4 fouls in there. Floyd, Pierre, Carter, Gaines.
Well, you got to get it in bounds. That's the most important thing right now.
65-63, Providence. Friars have missed their last 5 shots from the floor and do not have a field goal, Joe, in the last 5 minutes.
Well, they went on that big run and been cooled off a bit. They did a great job defensively to take this lead, but right now it's important to get this ball in. Devin Carter's a tough guy to stop to get the ball, or Pierre. They both have good speed and quickness.
Floyd gets the ball in the backcourt, on the baseline, runs the baseline. Friars break to it. They get the ball inbounds to Pierre, and then Pierre gets fouled from behind by Russo.
Man, Pierre threw it down.
He stumbled, and the fans wanted to travel, but he kept his pivot foot in place.
Well, he stumbled because he was getting pushed. But if Pierre, Gaines was ahead of the pack there. He throws that long to Gaines. Gaines had a dunk.
Wusu gets called for the foul, and so it's Jaden Pierre at the line with 20.4.
Well, you got to at least make one here, but making 2 would be big. 20 seconds to go. Put yourself up by 4.
So Pierre is at 4 of 4, has 9 points, all here in the second half. Good on the free throw.
I love this kid.
That gives him 10. He's averaged nearly 13 points per game since the injury to Bryce Hopkins against these Pirates back on January the 3rd.
He had a goose egg in the first half, but he kept playing, get his offense going.
Second one's good.
Iceman right there on the foul line, 4 for 4 here in the second half.
Here comes Dawes into the forecourt, finds Wusu. Wusu drives to the right, crosses over, puts it above the glass, won't get it. Rebound is tipped into the right corner. Coleman gets it down, 10 seconds left. Dawes gets off the 3. It's off the side of the rim. Rebound, Wusu on the baseline. Loses it, picked up on the floor. Wusu back out front. Ball is stolen by Pierre. Pierre up the floor to Carter. And Carter stuffs it home. I don't know if it'll count, but the Friars win the game.
It won't count, but that's not. We don't care if it doesn't count. It's a W. What an effort by the Friars in the second half. Awesome game.
67-63. Providence comes from behind, 10 down in the second half to win on the road in the Big East Conference and gain a small measure of revenge for the win that the Hall had earlier this month in Providence.
Well, he showed a lot of heart and character in that second half, John. The Friars went down 51-41. Nothing was working on the offensive end. Everything was going well for Seton Hall. The Friars just kept battling and battling, got a string going offensively, got some stops, and get the victory in this one. What a ball game for the Friars to win. It was an ugly game to watch, but the last 10 minutes was a lot of fun.
We did say that at halftime. We're kind of like, wow, this is just a tough game to watch.
Well, it's so beautiful now when you look at the score, though. It was what a work of art this game was. It was fantastic.
Well, the intensity and the effort and the flow definitely picked up in that last 10 minutes.
Well, guys were clutch down the stretch, especially Pierre hit big free throws. Oduro hit big free throws. Great ball game to make them down the stretch when you had to.
So Seton Hall in second place all by themselves in the Big East loses at home. Friars get a road dub, 67-63. Our Santander Bank postgame wrap-up is coming up next. From Learfield, this is Providence Friar basketball.
Glad Hassett wasn't on the line.
So Ticket Gaines started the second half by hitting a three. He had an incredible first half with 14 points, including 4 of 5 from three. Hit that first tray of the second half. He didn't score anymore, but he certainly lit the Friar offense really on fire to start the game. And then in the second half, Ticket got some help. Jaden Pierre, Josh Oduro, and the Friars get a road dub in the Big East Conference, 67-63. The final score here at the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey. John and Joe back here as we roll on here with our Santander post-game show. And I know you said it at the end, but I guess it bears repeating. They showed some character at the end, and they performed in the clutch when they needed to, particularly from the free throw line.
Yeah, and they didn't panic. I mean, they did a terrific job. They finished the game on a 26-12 run. Looks like they were losing a little bit, down 51-41, John. Jaden Pierre didn't score in the first half. He had 11 points in the second half, 3 assists, and made those big free throws that you just mentioned. He and Josh Oduro was 6 for 6 from the line in the ball game. 12 for 12 they were two guys, and they missed just one free throw in the game. That was a big reason why they won the game. But Josh Oduro, he does so many things out there. The last ball game against Seton Hall, he was hurt. Now, we showed the film of it. Kim showed me he turned his ankle. He couldn't move, and, you got to play him. He played hurt the next 4 games. In this game here, he finished the game with 4 fouls, blocked a couple of shots. He was the main line of defense in the back. Friars made Seton Hall go to the basket. He did a good job back there. So defensively, really did the job in this one. Then the offense started to get going.
So the offense got going, but I thought the defense was pretty consistent, except for one stretch when Seton Hall got out in front by 10. They got a little lackadaisical, especially on locating Alamir Dawes on the floor.
Yeah, he was 7 for 7 in the second half, John. Seton Hall only had 11 field goals made in the second half. He made 7 of them. But you put the Mr. Carter on him.
Carter flew.
As soon as he got on him, he didn't score again.
Carter flew.
They put Pierre on him, and that affected Pierre's offense in the first half. He had to guard Dawes. Now, Dawes was only 2 for 11 in the first half, so Pierre did a good job of making him work. But then when he got it going, when a guy like Dawes gets it going, he's a good shooter. Now he thinks he can make everything. But you got Carter on him, and then everything changes. When Carter's on him, he knows he's a great defensive player. He bothers the shots. He gets around the screens, and Dawes couldn't get anything to go, and that hurt their offense because the rest of the guys weren't really involved too much, and then you had to get them going offensively. Seton Hall, they didn't have any rhythm. The Friars were able to get it done on the defensive end. That was the big part of the game. They made clutch shots, but their defense in that second half, 10 minutes to go, was terrific.
Well, while we mentioned that the Friars missed their last 5 shots from the floor, over the last 5 minutes and change of this game, they did seal it from the free throw line. On the other side, the Friar defense forced Seton Hall into just 1 for their last 7 shooting.
Yeah, Seton Hall, when you consider, John, this is a stat you very rarely see. You probably won't see this stat the rest of the year, and I don't think we've seen it all year. This is the first time we've seen it. Seton Hall had 39 rebounds. 20 of those were offensive rebounds. That's unheard of. They had more offensive rebounds than defensive rebounds. They had 65 field goal attempts. The Friars 49. So they had all those extra attempts.
16 more shots.
16 more shots, and they still didn't win the ballgame because they couldn't make that first one, but they were on the glass. They kept getting the offensive rebound. Friars only outscored them 22-21 from the field goals. But the Friars made 2 more three-pointers, but the offensive glass is what hurt the Friars in this one, but they kept battling, and they stopped them getting those offensive rebounds for most of the second half because they had 15 offensive rebounds in the first half.
I wonder if, we talked about this a little early, and because it was such an ugly start to the game in the first half, I wonder if Seton Hall didn't have a little bit of a Creighton hangover from losing that game on Saturday in triple overtime.
Well, they had to endure what the Friars had to endure. When Seton Hall beat the Friars in Providence, our big guy went down.
Oh,
I'm having
Bryce Hopkins.
Bryce Hopkins went down with
Oh,
14 minutes to go.
Senior moment.
That's a real senior moment. Bryce Hopkins goes down, and then Seton Hall gets to play against a depleted Fryer team. Well,
right.
Richmond didn't play in this ball game, and he's their best player, he's their leading scorer, and they had to find other ways to get points, and they weren't had enough guys to get those points. I mean, Dre Davis tried to do it, but they had to survive without him, and the Friars were able to take advantage of that, and they get the W.
Yeah, that's a good point because Friars didn't have Bryce for half of the game, a little bit more than that in Providence in January, January the 3rd, and then of course tonight we didn't see Kadari Richmond out on the warm-up line before the game. No one said anything about it beforehand. The Seton Hall radio guys, our good friends Gary Cohen and Dave Popkin, they weren't aware of anything beforehand, but we didn't see him in the warm-up line. And so you said, where's Kadari Richmond? And we find out then that, we can't find him. And so when we're in that break before we get ready to start the game, we go to the reporters and their Twitter feeds, and we find out that he's not suited up. And apparently, then I got a text right as the game started that said that he got pretty banged up in that game against Creighton. And so he's not going to start. He may not play. And then we said, he's not even suited up. Mm-hmm. And so Kadari Richmond, that was it. They didn't have him. And so Seton Hall didn't have him for this game. And I guess it's kind of turnabout fair play. Really, both teams didn't have their stars for, each game that they played. And the road team ended up getting the W, that's just life in the Big East. You have to learn how to overcome it.
And similar score, too. The Seton Hall eked out a win
61-57
by 4 points. And the Friars win one here, 67-63 by 4 points. But that Friars second half was terrific, John. They showed some heart. They showed some character out there, and they kept battling. It looked like it wasn't going to be good. I mean, they were down 51-41, and they just kept battling back with the defensive side, and just a lot of contributions out there. Jaden Pierre is one of my favorite players, as you know, and he struggled scoring in the first half, didn't score, but he got in double figures. I told him he has to get in double figures the rest of the way for this team to win ball games, and if he can continue to do that, Devin Carter was being Devin Carter. Didn't have a great shooting night, but defensively, that doesn't show up in the stats, but he shut down Dawes in the second half. I mean, he couldn't score anymore.
When Carter moved over to him defensively, Dawes started struggling.
Yeah, he didn't make a shot. He got to the foul line one time on a phantom call, but other than that, they shut him down.
We got one other thing we have to mention. Coach Hassett drilling Rafael Castro at the free throw line, getting him to hit 2 free throws tonight.
Yeah, I worked with him in shoot-around today, and I said, listen, you get the ball in the foul line, and you rush. You get the first one, you take one dribble, and you throw it up there like you expect to miss. I said, take a deep breath, take 2 dribbles from now on, and you usually make the second one when you take your time. Well, he did that both times, and I'm going to take credit for that. And now when he goes 0 for 2, it's your fault.
Of course it is. It always will be. That's right. 67-63. Friars improved to 13-6 and square their record at 4-4 in the Big East, having won their second straight game in conference play. Seton Hall falls to 13-7 overall, now 6-3 in the Big East. More of our Santander post-game show coming up from Learfield. This is Providence Friar basketball. Oh, yeah. Shaheen Holloway did get the timeout, but that Friar run was just devastating. It was 14-2, the overall run. They had scored 8 unanswered points, though, in that 14-2 run that gave them really slight control. Not all control, but slight control of the game. But they controlled the game because they shot 16 of 17 from the free throw line tonight. Just one miss tonight. And our good buddy Austin Rooke texted us and said the Friars came into the game tonight 295th out of 363 Division I teams in free throw shooting at just 67%. And they hit 16 of 17 tonight. That won them the ball game.
Wow. You know, it doesn't matter what you just did. It just matters what you're doing right now. And they made those free throws, which helped them win the ball game. I mean, they were clutch down the stretch. You know, both Oduro and Pierre were terrific making those free throws.
But Joe, can I mention in the first half, what did we have? 1 for 1, right, in the foul line? And Seton Hall was, they were 8 for 9 in the first half. In the second half, Seton Hall was 8 for 8. The Friars were 15 for 16.
Well, they started to even it up. I mean, Seton Hall only had 2 team fouls called on them in the first half, and it was like a rugby game out there. Now, the Friars had 8, but, I mean, it couldn't be that much of discrepancy either way, and they only had 2. So I think the officials finally started to call a little bit tighter as it was Brahma Bulls hanging out in there. Bediako, I wouldn't want that guy was just killing people inside. He's such a monster, and Oduro was able to hang with him, but Oduro got the best of it at the end of it.
All right, let's take a look at the numbers here. Again, as Seton Hall drops to 13-7, they're now 6-3 in Big East play, and that puts them right now in a tie for second with Creighton at 6-3 behind 7-1 UConn at the top of the Big East standings. They have 3 in double figures. Al Amir Dawes hit a season high, 26 points tonight. He had 25 3 separate times earlier. At 26 tonight, including 19 in the second half. And as Joe mentioned earlier, he had hit 7 shots in a row at one time from the floor, hit a couple of free throws in that second half as well before he finally suffered from a case of the Carter flu.
Yeah, Carter got on him and just shut him down and made him ill. That's the bottom line. And he just had a tough time getting good looks. He wasn't, he tried to get to the basket, and just when Carter's on you, you just have a tough time getting a good shot.
And that's kind of what happened to him. And he had a tremendous night trying to pick up the slack for the injured Kadari Richmond, but it wasn't quite enough for Seton Hall tonight. They got 15 points, 3 rebounds from Dre Davis, who scored 8 of his 15 in the second half, but he wasn't quite the force on the backboards as we thought he might be, although he did have 2 of his 3 rebounds on the offensive glass. And then you had 11 points for Isaiah Coleman, the freshman from Virginia, who got the start for Richmond.
Good ball game.
11 points, 5 rebounds as well, hit 5 of 8 from the floor, including a 3-pointer. Jaden Bediako in the middle. What a load he was to handle. 6 points, 10 rebounds, 6 on the offensive glass, just 1 of 6 shooting. Dylan Adewusu, this is really what hurt Seton Hall. Not having Kadar Richmond, but Wusu went 0 for 13 from the floor, 0 for 4 from 3. That is the horse collar. 10 rebounds, 6 on the offensive glass as well in his 36 minutes tonight.
That's why Rick Pitino didn't want him at St. John's. He just got rid of all these guys. Diawusu was one of the guys, and he's just shooting 38% for the year, and that won't help his stats at all.
Jaquan Sanders scoreless in 11 minutes, 5 points, 5 rebounds off of the bench for Elijah Hutchins Everett, including a 3-pointer. David Tubeck scoreless in 7. Malachi Brown scoreless in 4. Pirates went 21 of 65. That's just 32% shooting, but they took 16 more field goal attempts, 16 more shots at the basket than the Friars did tonight, and made 1 fewer than Providence did. They were 5 of 16 from 3. That's only 31%, but 16 of 17 at the free throw line, which is 94%. That kept them in the ballgame. They also still beat up the Friars on the backboards, Joe. 39-32 was the final count, including 20 of their 39 rebounds on the offensive glass. That's extraordinary.
Well, that's why they got the extra shots, the 16 extra shots at the basket. They were on the offensive glass, and that got them the lead and kept them in the ball game for the most part.
Sure did. Friar defense forced 12 turnovers and got 9 points off of the 12 turnovers.
Friars had 14 turnovers, John, with 14 minutes to go in the game. Didn't have another turnover the rest of the way.
So no turnovers in the last 14 minutes.
Yep.
Seton Hall scored 21 points off of those 14 turnovers. That's another reason for the turnaround, because that's when the Friars were making their run.
All those points were scored in the first half, too, off the turnovers. So they didn't get anything off turnovers in the second half. Good job by the Friars taking care of the ball. They've done a good job most of the year, John, keeping the turnovers under 10. This game, they got to 14, but no turnovers in the last 14 minutes. That's incredible.
Friars in double figures, led by 17 from Devontae Ticket Gaines, who had 14 of the 17 in the first half. You heard one of his threes earlier here. Ticket was 5 of 7 from three-point range, and yep, they needed it in a big way. Also had 6 rebounds. 16 points, 8 rebounds for Josh Oduro, who had 12 of his 16 in the second half, including 6 for 6 from the free throw line. Then you had 14 points for Devin Carter with 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals. Devin shot just 1 of 6 from 3 and 6 of 14 overall, but the 14, 6, and 6 was a good enough number, I thought.
Oh, yeah. I mean, every team's defense is set up to stop him, and he's just playing terrific basketball. He didn't shoot the ball great tonight, but he played every aspect of the game that he normally plays, and he led the team in assists, which is great.
Yep, absolutely. And, he'll trade the W. He came into the game leading the conference in scoring in Big East games at more than 22 per game. That might take a slight bump downward here, but you'll trade that for the road dub. 11 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal for Jaden Pierre. He scored all 11 in the second half, and he, too, like Josh Oduro, 6 for 6 from the free throw line in the second half.
Yeah, and he played a good floor game in the second half. He made good decisions out there and made big shots, especially those 6 free throws. He had to get open against the press, and they got the ball to him. Good job of coaching by Kim English, getting Jaden the ball late, because he's his best foul shooter. He wants him on the line, and the Friars were able to get him the ball.
Corey Floyd scored a point. Garway Dual had 4 points and 2 rebounds in 11 minutes. Rafael Castro, 4 points and a rebound in his 7 minutes, including 2 of 2 from the line from Coach Hassett. And Rich Barron played 16 scoreless minutes. Providence shot 22 of 49 from the floor. That is 45%. 7 of 22 from 3. That is 32%. 16 of 17 from the free throw line. Easily their best performance from the foul line this year at 94%. We mentioned they got beat on the backboards 39-32, although they did have more defensive rebounds than did Seton Hall. And then Joe just mentioned the 14 turnovers, 21 Seton Hall points, but 0 turnovers in the last 14 minutes of the game while they were making their run back at the Hall and grabbing the lead.
Yeah, Friars had 15 points in the second half from the foul line, which was a big reason why they won the game. There's a lot of reasons why they won this game, but the free throw line was a big reason.
All right, 67-63, the final score here from the Prudential Center in Newark, and we'll come back and wrap up the Santander postgame show coming up in just a moment. From Learfield, this is Providence Friar basketball.
You got
right there. There you go. Straight out. Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, tremendous plays in crunch time, both from Jaden Pierre and Josh Oduro, showing some quickness of foot. And so we're going to name them both our Audi Warwick outstanding performers of the game.
Yeah, it was tough to pick one guy because that was a very, very good team effort out there. And those two guys in the second half were just terrific. I thought Oduro played great in the first half as well and was able to hang in there with the 4 fouls. And he did a terrific job. And the clutch play by Pierre in the second half. I thought Oduro played great in the first half as well and was able to hang in there with the 4 fouls. And he did a terrific job. And the clutch play by Pierre in the second half.
A couple of other games in the Big East Conference I'll get to in just a second. But right now with 28 seconds left at down in Kingston, Fordham leads Rhodey 66-65. Rhode Island called the timeout, so I'm assuming they have the ball. We'll see if Rhode Island can somehow pull that one out. As far as the Big East, there are 2 other games in league play tonight. And after the Friars and Seton Hall were complete, Villanova playing at St. John's. And right now, St. John's leading with 9:08 to go in the first half, 21-13 over the Villanova Wildcats. And then later tonight, Marquette will play at DePaul.
Well, Marquette will have an easy win there. St. John's should pull that game off. They need a W. They haven't won. They've been struggling a little bit. I think they get that game.
You would think so. But sometimes you never know. I mean, I've been a little bit surprised at times by Villanova, but I think they're kind of up and down like the stock market, which has mostly been up lately. But,
the stock market's running crazy, baby.
Know, right?
Keep going.
My 401k thanks you very much for that one. All right, so I think we all know now what's coming up on the schedule. Saturday afternoon, 12:30 at the Amp, and it's the return of Ed Cooley to Providence as head coach of the Georgetown Hoyas.
Yeah, I mean, he's coming in he just got blasted by Butler at home.
90-66 last night.
Yeah, and it was he looked a little frustrated. He didn't even go in the huddle after one time out there. But, people have been waiting for this game, and it should be. And the Friars are playing good basketball right now. They've won 2 in a row, and they're playing with a lot of confidence. And, it's a big road win for them, so they're coming in with some momentum. Georgetown, they had a good game the 2 games ago. They got 91 points against Xavier, so they're a dangerous team. You have to get after them defensively and make them take some tough shots. But, they struggle offensively most of the time, but they grind it out and play physical inside, so the Friars are going to have to get on the glass.
Yeah, Supreme Cook is really physical on the inside. Friars saw him a couple of years ago when he was at Fairfield before he transferred to play at Georgetown. And, of course, one of the better guards in the league is the kid who transferred in from Illinois, Jaden Epps, who plays for Georgetown.
Yeah, he's one of the leading scorers in the league. And the big kid you just mentioned, Sincere.
Cook.
Yeah, Cook. I mean, he's playing much better than they thought he was going to play. He's been good this year. So, they're typical Ed Cooley team. They're going to be physical. They're going to play nasty and get offensive rebounds. They struggle scoring, but, they'll get after it on the glass. So it should be an interesting game.
We do anticipate that it will be a rambunctious afternoon inside the Amp. And we'll have the broadcast for you, of course, right here beginning just after 12 noon at 12:10 p.m. on Saturday, right here on News Talk 99.7 and AM 630 WPRO. For the pregame, Providence and Georgetown, and Ed Cooley makes his return. But Friars need to remember now, Georgetown isn't going away, and I think that's the big thing here. This is not a mail-in. You've got to take advantage of everything you have at home. Otherwise, you kind of lose the momentum from getting these last 2 road W's.
Oh, yeah, you got to play hard. I mean, the Big East, every game is not, you don't mail it in. You got to play. You got to play really hard.
And we'll see if the Friars can indeed do that. Our thanks to studio producer Brett Ferruccio tonight. Our engineer here in New Jersey, Paul Schrager. Good to work with a good friend again over a number of years. And for my partner, Joe Hassett, I'm John Rooke. Again, our final score, Providence 67, Seton Hall 63. They square the season series with the Pirates. Providence wins their 2nd in a row. They're 13th overall. They're 4-4 in the Big East. And a little Mo is back on the side of Providence College. It'll be the Friars and the Georgetown Hoyas at the Amp at 12:30. Again, pregame at 12:10 here on WPRO. Until Saturday.